Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the middle game of a three-game series between the Grizzlies and the Allen Americans. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza as the Grizzlies look to get a little bit of revenge after Allen got a 4-1 victory last night. Brandon Cutler scored a goal halfway through the first period. Tyson Pfizer and James Shearer got the assists. Trent Miner stopped 21 of 24, but it was too much as the Allen Americans got one goal and one assist from Liam Finley, and Chase Perry stopped 34 of 35 as the Americans have been on a pretty good run as of late. They are 7-2 in their last 9 games. Now the Grizzlies do get back Zach Sekos as he's making his first appearance since December 30th, and the Grizzlies also get back Johnny Walker, who's making his first appearance since December 18th. It's a matchup of two teams with identical records. The over-under on the number of times I'm going to be saying that during the broadcast is 7.5. Let's make a note of that if you want to make a side wager. Number of times I'll be mentioning the fact the Grizzlies and the Americans have identical records at 19, 21, and 1. Grizzlies have been pretty good as of late. They're 8-4-1 in their last 13 games. And we'll see what happens with Brandon Cutler, who's been unbelievable over his last 6 games. He's got 11 points in his last 6 games, 7 goals and 4 assists. Cutler's on a current 6-game point scoring streak. Andrew Nilsson's got a goal in 3 of his last 4 games, and Tyson Pfizer has a point in 4 straight games. Got a good goaltending matchup. Luke Parasini for the Allen Americans. He'll be going up against Garrett Metcalf, who is 7-2 on the season. So it should be a lot of fun, the Grizzlies and the Americans, when we come back to the pregame report presented by Rio Tinto. We'll talk with Guy Chiarenza and get his thoughts on what's going to happen here on a Friday night, as we're in business here on a Friday evening, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Face off in about 16 minutes from now here as we're sitting high top section 114 as we got a good crowd filed in here. It's Heart Health Night and an AFCU Friday where tickets start just $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. Guy, Wednesday night, Allen got a 4-1 victory. And for the Grizzlies, they'd like to bounce back here tonight. And really the top story is the 2 forwards that are returning to the Grizzlies lineup. Zach Sekos, who leads the club with a +3 rating, and Johnny Walker, the Worm, who's tied for the club lead with 5 power play goals on the season. Walker is back for the first time since December 18th. And, Guy, I think that getting those 2 forwards back are going to be critical to give the Grizzlies a little bit of a boost here for the rest of this series and beyond.
Oh, Tyson, for sure. I mean, it's huge. I mean, these are guys that we've been waiting to come back into the lineup ever since they got injured. Zach Sekos is a great 2-way forward. The Grizzlies have been missing him, and it looks like he's going to be on that top line. So this is a player that's going to be instrumental in the Grizzlies' playoff run, playoff push down the stretch. And so we'll see how that fares out for them. But I'm really excited to see his number 7, Johnny Walker, back into the lineup. This is a guy I love watching him play. He's so much fun to watch. He brings a lot of emotion, a lot of energy to his game, and he's got a wicked shot. So I think the Grizzlies lacked a little bit of emotion on Wednesday against the Allen Americans. Tonight, I'd like to see them come out and play with some passion, and Johnny Walker's the guy that'll bring that to the game.
Utah Grizzlies hockey brought to you by Coca-Cola. Apparently, we're getting all kinds of refreshments here. I don't know who that was, but thanks for the...
Thank you to whoever that was. Wow, thanks.
She said what her name was, but obviously I'm listening to you. I'm really looking forward to the top forward line tonight. Tyson Pfizer, Brandon Cutler, and Zach Sekos. That's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, it does, Tyson. And you've talked about it before, and I'll say it again. That connection between Brandon Cutler and Tyson Pfizer, it's phenomenal. And it's really been a big part of why the Grizzlies were able to be so successful against the Rapid City Rush in that last series is those guys were just clicking on all cylinders. And Brandon Cutler, he's playing unbelievable right now. It seems like he's just from another planet. He's playing so well. I mean, this is a guy that's got a ton of speed. He's got a fantastic shot. And it seems like he just goes around defenders with ease. So Brandon Cutler, pairing with Taryn Pfizer, and you got that top line with Zach Sekos back there. I think it's a really good line.
Who's your pick to click this evening?
Well, Tyson, I was talking about him a little bit earlier. It's got to be Johnny Walker. He's one of my favorite players on this team. I think he's going to bring a lot of emotion to this one. I'm going with him for my pick to click.
I remember there was a little bit of beef between Johnny Walker and Mikael Robidoux and the rest of the Allen Americans. They're the last time they met in Allen, which was the second Saturday in November. So we'll see if anything transpires here tonight. I'm going to go with Taryn Pfizer because I really am optimistic about that top forward line that I mentioned. That's going to be the starting forwards for the Grizzlies this evening. Taryn Pfizer, Brandon Cutler has been amazing. He's got 11 points in his last 6 games and a point in all 6. And with the addition of Zach Sekos, who leads the club with a plus-minus rating of +3. So I think that 3-man unit is going to be sparkling here tonight, and I think that Sekos is my pick to click. Now, obviously, first game back after missing a month, it may take a player like Sekos a little bit of time to get his feet wet, but you insert his speed and playmaking ability with 2 guys who have been playing outstanding in Pfizer and Cutler. I think that could do a lot of damage here tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And I think the only question I have coming into this game is how long will it take for those guys to gel on those lines? I mean, they've been out for a while, and so it may take a little bit of time for them to really gel with their line mates, really get acclimated to the speed of the game. But I think once they do and once they start clicking, the Grizzlies are going to be dangerous.
It's the second of a 3-game series and the 5th of a 6-game homestand. The Grizzlies are currently 3-1 on the homestand. It's Heart Health Night here at Maverik Center. It's National Wear Red Day to show support for raising awareness of heart disease. Guy's got his red tie on right now. We do know what the Allen Americans' main color is, but they're wearing white tonight with a little bit of red mixed in. The Grizzlies wearing the same jerseys they wore on Wednesday night, which is an alternate jersey, a black jersey with professional green numbers, white trim, white lettering. And it's going to be a sharp look for the Grizzlies here this evening as they look to bounce back after losing 4-1. Guy, I think one of the interesting subplots about that game was the fact that the Grizzlies outshot the Americans 35-25. Now, Utah on average this season has been outshot by about 6 or 7 per game. So it was interesting to see the Grizzlies get those scoring chances, which were about even with Allen on Wednesday night. And I think that's going to be big. Grizzlies have been more of a quality versus as opposed to quantity kind of club. But I think against Luke Parasini, who's different than what we saw on Wednesday with Chase Perry, Grizzlies may be a team that's going to see if they can put everything on net there early in the contest and really test Parasini out early.
Yeah, Tyson, I think it's key that they come out and start getting shots on goal early. But I like what you said earlier about the Grizzlies taking a lot of shots in that last game. And for once, they weren't outshot, which seems to be the case most games. But they really came out and they were getting shots on net. It just unfortunately ran into a brick wall and Chase Perry. So I think tonight the key is to, as you said, get shots on Parasini early, maybe try and get him thinking a little early on into the game. But I like what the Grizzlies did on Wednesday with all those shots. I think if they can carry that over into this game and also get some high-quality scoring chances, I think they're going to go a far way.
When we come back to the Grizzlies pregame report presented by Rio Tinto, we'll give you the starting lineups for both teams. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Welcome back to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Guy might be chowing down on some of this food that we got here at Press Row, as we'll give you the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Allen Americans, who've got a record of 19-21-1 this season. They're 11-13 away from home. They are led by head coach and general manager Chad Costello, who was not in the building on Wednesday, and it appears he's not here tonight. Chad had a death in the family recently, and we certainly give our best wishes and condolences to Chad Costello and his family. The Americans tonight will be led by Aaron Gens. Gens has been the assistant coach for the Americans all season, and he's going to be the acting head coach here tonight. Starting in net for the Americans is Luke Parasini, who's got a record of 9-1 this season with a 3.75 goals against average and 889 save percentage. Parasini is 6'3" and 195 pounds. He'll be wearing number 31. He is 27 years old, a native of Ontario, Canada. Last season spent some time with the Allen Americans as well. Starting defensive pairing for the Americans, the former Grizzly Chris Mallory. It's his third different team in this league. He also spent some time with the Kansas City Mavericks. In 41 games this season, the third-year pro out of Penn State's got 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points in 41 games. He'll be paired up with Colton Sosserman. The Beard has got 18 points in 34 games this year. Sosserman 5'9" and 199 pounds. Other defensemen we'll expected to see tonight for the Americans include Ryan Gagnon, who's got 4 goals in 41 games this season. Jared Bethium's been playing some defense and some forward for Allen. He's got 4 goals in 39 games. Dalton Galley is 6'5" and 227 pounds. He'll be in there. Other big defensemen for Allen, Xavier Bernard had an assist last night. He's got 6 assists in 13 games. He goes 6'5" and 205 pounds. And number 49, Zachary Massicott, is 6'5" and 220 pounds. He has 5 goals and 7 assists in 32 games. So starting defensive pairing is Chris Mallory and Colton Sosserman. Starting forwards for the Americans, Gavin Gould wearing number 20. He's got 10 assists in 25 games this year. He'll be lined up next to Mikael Robidoux, who's got a +2 rating. He has 71 penalty minutes in 14 games. He's 5'11" and 201 pounds. And Grant Hebert has 3 goals and 5 assists in 10 games this year. Hebert's got a +3 rating. Other forwards we're expected to see tonight for Allen include Colton Hargrove, who was January's League Player of the Month. He scored a goal on Wednesday night, and he's got 37 points in 35 games. Liam Finley was the number 1 star on Wednesday. He had 19 goals and 19 assists in 30 games this year. How about Finley's shooting percentage? He's got a shooting percentage of 26%. So when he fires towards the net, chances are it's going to go in. Liam Finley's been outstanding for Allen this year. Chad Butcher has 3 goals and 14 assists this season. Jack Combs had 2 assists on Wednesday night. He's got 52 points in 41 games. The 52 points lead the Americans. We'll also see Aiden Brown in there along with Justin Young. The Grizzlies killer Colby McCauley will wear number 29. We'll also see Hank Crone, who's got 20 goals and 29 assists in 38 games. So that's the Allen Americans lineup tonight, and they'll be going up against the Grizzlies, who have a record of 19-21 and 1 this season. They are an even 9-9 here in the friendly confines of Maverik Center. They're led by second-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz and his first-year assistant Jared Pike. The equipment manager is Mason Whalen. The assistant equipment manager is Jackson Hibbard, and the athletic trainer is Colin Lee. Starting in net for the Grizzlies is Garrett Metcalf, who's making his 10th appearance this season. Garrett's got a record of 7-2 with a 3.34 goals against average and 905 save percentage. The backup goaltender tonight is Lucas Preek, and Trent Miner is the third goalie. Starting defensive pairing for the Grizzlies, James Shearer, who's got an A on his sweater. He's one of 3 assistant captains. He's wearing number 10. He has 1 goal and 8 assists in 23 games and a -1 rating. He'll be paired up with Andrew Nilsson. Nilsson has 19 power play points this season, 5 goals and 14 assists on the man advantage. Nilsson is second on the club with 30 points this season. He goes 6'4" and 230 pounds. The other defensemen we're expected to see tonight include Bryson Martin, who has 2 goals and 4 assists in 28 games this season. He'll be paired up with Corey Thomas, who's 6'5" and 215 pounds. We'll also see the former NHLer Victor Bartley wearing number 42. He'll be paired up with Kyle Pouncey, who was a +5 in the month of January. We'll also see Aaron Tho wearing number 28. He's got 1 goal and 6 assists in 36 games. So starting defensive pairing is Shearer and Nilsson. We will also see Bartley, Pouncey, Thomas, along with Bryson Martin and Aaron Tho. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies, Taryn Fizer is second on the club with 11 goals this season in 31 games. He's 5'11" and 176 pounds. He'll be lined up to Zach Sekos, who's making his first appearance since December 30th. Sekos has 15 points in 18 games, 8 goals and 7 assists. And Brandon Cutler, who's got 11 points during a 6-game current point scoring streak. He's got 10 goals and 6 assists in 18 games this year. So starting forwards are Fizer, Sekos, and Cutler. You'll also see Johnny Walker making his first appearance since December 18th. He'll be paired up with Keaton Jamison and Cameron Wright. Wright leads the Grizzlies with 12 goals and 31 points this season. Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, you bet he's in the lineup once again for the 114th consecutive time since the beginning of last season. He'll be wearing number 21. He'll be lined up next to the Rooster. Jordan Martell is wearing number 27. Martell has 6 goals and 14 assists in 33 games this year. Most of those points and all 6 of his goals have come in a Grizzlies uniform. He started the year in the uniform of the Fort Wayne Comets. And we'll also see Cam Strong wearing number 26. Strong was a +5 in the month of January. And Dylan Fitz is also in the Grizzlies lineup. He has 8 goals and 7 assists in 41 games. Scratches for the Grizzlies tonight include Joey Kuatarsi, along with the captain Connor McDonald. Dakota Raby is out for the second straight game. And Christian Simeone is also out for Utah. And the third goaltender is Trent Miner. Guy, I really think this forward line, the 3 forwards that are starting the game, Pfizer, Sekos, and Cutler, have a lot of potential.
Yeah, Tyson, they do. These are all three really skilled players. Sorry, it's so loud. I can't really hear myself talk. These are 3 really skilled guys. They play with a lot of speed, but they also have a lot of really good stick handling. So I think you get that chemistry together. I think it's going to be a really solid line.
Grizzlies are wearing the black jerseys with professional green numbers, white trim, white lettering, a little bit of green mixed in, 2 green stripes on the forearms. Green and black socks with a little bit of white mixed in. So we got a good crowd here on a Friday night filed in here for the middle game of the 3-game series. It's Heart Health Night and an ASU Friday. And if you're at the area of Maverik Center in the West Valley City area, come on down to Maverik Center and enjoy some Grizzlies hockey with us. If not, we got the game right here on Flow Sports and audio on YouTube. When we come back in 90 seconds, we'll have face-off here at Maverik Center. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans in the middle of a 3-game series. Utah is 2-2 against Allen this season, and they are 3-1 in the current homestand as they swept Rapid City last week, but Allen got a 4-1 victory. And the Grizzlies looking for a little bit of revenge here tonight. And even though they outshot Allen 35-25, Allen did have a lot of scoring chances and capitalized on a few of those on Wednesday night. And we'll see what the Grizzlies are able to do defensively here this evening.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think the key for the Grizzlies tonight is to not only to continue to put shots on net, but it's also to find a way to neutralize Allen's top scorers. We saw that the Grizzlies were able to do that against Rapid City. We saw Finley play really good last night. We saw Hargrove come out and have a good game. If the Grizzlies want a chance to win this game, they're going to have to find a way to neutralize these guys.
Two referees and two linesmen tonight. Two referees are Sam Heidemann and Tatu Kunto. The linesmen are Colin Klein indoors and James McKenna. Utah is 9-9 at home this season. Allen on the road is 11-13. Starting in net for the Grizzlies is Garrett Metcalf, who's got a record of 7-2 with a 3.34 goals against average and 905 save percentage. Starting in net for Allen is Luke Parasini, who's got a record of 9-1. Starting forwards are Brandon Cutler, Zach Sekos, who's in the lineup for the first time since December 30th, and Taryn Pfizer. Starting defensive pairing is Andrew Nilsson and James Shearer. Starting for Allen, forwards are Gavin Gould, Mikael Robidoux, and Grant Hebert, who's going to take the opening face-off. Starting defensive pairing, the former Grizzly Chris Mallory and Colton Saucerman. Allen wearing a white jersey with red numbers, red on the sleeves, red and white on the socks, white lettering in the back of the jerseys. Grizzlies wearing the alternate jerseys for the second time here at home. Professional green numbers with white trim, white lettering in the back, and a little bit of black mixed in. Sekos to take the draw against Hebert. Hebert wins it. Allen skating from left to right as we see it from high atop section 114, and we're underway here at Maverik Center. Saucerman feeds it out to center ice for Robidoux. He gets it poked away by Shearer, who throws to the far side. Now the Grizzlies skate around the net. Pfizer over towards Cutler, left wing, one-timer, and it goes high over off the protective netting. It's a one-timer lifted on him a little bit too much as we get our first whistle, 17 seconds in.
Well, Tyson, that was a good look to start that game. I like that shot there from Cutler. Just a little too high, but he's got the right idea.
Draw's going to be in the left circle. Zach Sekos communicates with Cutler and Shearer. Boy, it's great to have Zach Sekos back in the Grizzlies lineup. He might be Utah's best all-around player. Draw one by Allen. Chris Mallory throws to the far side. Saucerman will bounce it off of Nilsson, who feeds the middle. Picked off by Saucerman, who throws it out to neutralize. Pfizer will throw it back to his blue line for Shearer. He'll go D to Nilsson. Nilsson ahead to Sekos, still in the Grizzly zone. Sekos was skating in front of Garrett Metcalf, who's 7-2 this season. Metcalf, the Salt Lake City native. Sekos will feed a lefty pass out to center ice for Shearer, dumps it in. Johnny Walker in his first shift since December 18th. He collides with Saucerman as the puck goes out to the right point. As Kyle Pouncey playing a defensive role tonight after playing some forward recently. Right wing shot and kicks off his skate. Now right with a shot, saved by Parasini. Now down the middle, righty shot, saved by Parasini. That last shot was taken by Keaton Jamison. A good shift by the Grizzlies, who got 3 shots towards the net.
Yeah, Tyson, that was a really good look. I like the energy from that line there for the Grizzlies. And Johnny Walker, his first shift back, it looks like he hasn't missed a beat. A lot of energy there.
Looks like we got an injury. It's an Allen American that's down in the corner. As Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, going over to look at him. As the Allen trainer's over there as well, as we're exactly 1 minute into the game. As an Allen player is down in the corner. Looks like Colin's going to run back towards center ice. The player's still on the ice. We haven't been able to identify him as of yet. There's Chad Butcher and Jack Combs looking over him. So Allen's got an injury 1 minute into the contest.
I think, Tyson, that's 44 for Allen. Xavier Bernard. I think he took a shot up high.
Yeah, you're right. It is Bernard. As it looked like he blocked a shot. As you mentioned, up high, as he gets to his feet. He gets a hand from the Maverik Center crowd. As Bernard gets a pat on the back from Cameron Wright and Johnny Walker. And Xavier Bernard, who's a big defenseman, 6'5" and 205 pounds. He's got a +8 rating in 13 games. He was outstanding on Wednesday. So Bernard also has some experience in the AHL with the Belleville Senators, as Allen's NHL affiliate is the Ottawa Senators. There must be some blood on the ice. They got the shovel, and they're going to do a little bit of repair. But, guy, first minute of the game, Grizzlies are really aggressive offensively, had the 2 shots and a couple other looks that were towards the net. And I think that you have to like the first minute of play.
Yeah, Tyson, I love that first minute of play from the Grizzlies. I think that's exactly what the doctor ordered. I like that they came out with all cylinders firing, and they got a few good shots there on Parasini. Let's see if they can keep it going in these next couple of shifts.
And we'll see if Bernard ends up returning to the game, as obviously Allen would be down a defenseman. One of the things with Allen, they've got, Saucerman's not a big guy, but most of Allen's defensemen are a pretty good size. They might be the biggest defensive unit the Grizzlies face all year.
Yeah, Tyson, and from what we saw on Wednesday, they're really good at utilizing their size. So I think if you're the Grizzlies, you're going to have to combat that with your speed, which I think is the Grizzlies' greatest attribute.
Looks like they're repairing the ice there in the corner. And it might not necessarily be that there's blood. It might just be that it was bad ice. Actually,
no, there's a lot of blood.
There's some red spots there. I stand corrected. So they're going to repair that there over in the corner. We'll come back in 1 minute as we're 1 minute in. No score. Grizzlies have outshot the Americans 2-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Now we're 1 minute into the contest. Still no scores. We're early on, so sit back, relax, and enjoy as we got really what seems to be an exciting night of hockey underway. Xavier Bernard got injured in the corner, and they're cleaning up the blood on the ice. You know, there was a decent amount of blood that was on there. Hopefully Xavier Bernard, who's one of Allen's best defensemen, will be okay. But he's in the locker room right now, getting looked at. Grizzlies have had the puck in the offensive zone for the majority of the first minute of play. As on the ice to take the face-off, Johnny Walker out there along with Cameron Wright and Keaton Jamison. Kyle Pouncey playing a defensive role again tonight. He'd been playing forward here earlier in the homestand. He'll be paired up with Victor Bartley. Grizzlies for the second straight game are without the captain, Connor McDonald. Jamison will take the draw against Chad Butcher. Butcher wearing number 17. Actually, I think it might be Grant Hebert, number 77, taking the draw. Or it's Butcher. Actually, Chad Butcher taking the draw, and it's won by the Grizzlies. Cameron Wright skates around the Allen net. Now right towards the left side, gets pinned to the boards by Ryan Gagnon. Now Wright skates back towards the far side. He'll chip it up top for Pouncey, who feeds it back around Wright as it rolls along the boards. Jamison chases it down in the near corner. Jamison battling along with two Americans. Butcher hacking away as he gets it over to Wright. Wright left wing shot, and it's blocked by his own guy in Jamison. As Chad Butcher lifts it out to center ice, it goes past Bartley. Rolling puck towards Metcalf, but hits the side of the net. Icing is called anyway by the linesman Colin Kleinendorf. So we got a whistle with 18:29 left in the first. It's important for the Grizzlies to win those one-on-one battles along the boards against this Allen Americans team, because Allen likes to be a team that plays along the boards, it seems like, a lot.
Yeah, Tyson, it is. And you mentioned how big their defense is. They utilize their size well. Here, the Grizzlies are going to have to find a way to combat that.
Penner will take the face-off. He's got Strong and Martell out there, along with Bryson Martin and Corey Thomas. We're still early on. Grizzlies win the draw. They skate towards the near side. Face-offs were dead even on Wednesday night. Strong battles in the corner, tries to escape it. Penner gets it back towards Strong. Strong escapes an Allen American. Strong's got great speed as he skates towards the left side, drops it back to the corner for Martell. The Rooster skates towards his right. Now he's all alone in the right circle, takes a righty shot and save. Actually, has got blocked right in front of Parasini. As the Americans skate towards the near boards, Jack Combs gains neutral ice, and he'll dump it in. Allen makes a line change. He's got redirected by a Grizzlies stick. Corey Thomas gets the puck 2 minutes in. Thomas behind his net will ricochet off the near boards. It goes to the Rooster at center ice. Left wing, Martell crosses the center red line and dumps it in. Grizzlies make a full line change. Utah's taking 2 shots. Allen yet to take one on Metcalf. Hank Crone crosses center ice, right wing along the boards. He'll dump it into the corner, chase after it. As Allen spins it back around. Number 29, Kobe McCauley. Now he loses it. Grizzlies rink wide pass to Cutler. He skates towards the left circle. Cutler then skates in. Low liner. Shot saved by Parasini. Allen gets it. They station themselves behind Parasini. Wednesday night, it was Chase Perry who stopped all but one, as Allen got a 4-1 victory. As Sossaman being chased by Cutler behind Allen's net. He'll feed it to the far side as Allen spreads the ice. He'll throw it back to the near side. It glanced off the stick of Hebert. It goes back to the Grizzlies. Shearer moves it out to neutralize for Pfizer, who glides it across to Sekos, wearing number 17. Sekos skates down the middle, takes a shot, and gets blocked by the stick of Chris Malari. Allen will bounce it off the boards as Colton Hargrove. McCauley moves it ahead. Taken back by Sekos, who will feed it off the near wall. Back at the Allen blue line. Allen with a backhand pass towards Crone. It didn't get very far. Pfizer took it away. Now the Grizzlies back in their own zone. Bartley gets it across as though moves ahead to center ice. Grizzlies cross center. Utah gains the line, but they're offside as Cameron Wright had to redirect himself to the left just a little bit, getting into the offensive zone, and Dylan Fitz entered a little bit too early.
Oh, it's unfortunate that play was offside because the Grizzlies moving with a lot of speed. I like that the way they've come out to start this game. I thought that they needed to play with a little bit more speed on Wednesday, a little bit more emotion, and we're seeing that tonight.
Keaton Jamison will take the draw. He's got Dylan Fitz to his right and Cameron Wright to his left. Grizzlies win the draw. Aaron Tho will wrap it around the boards. Parasini cuts it off behind his net. He'll throw it to the far side for Mallory. Back over to Massacott wearing number 49. Massacott gets back checked. Puck goes back to the left point of the Allen zone. Allen will poke it back to center. Americans cross center ice. Massacott gains the line, stops at the point, dumps it to the corner. As Allen chasing after it as Justin Young couldn't get there before Utah. As Aaron Tho gets it poked away. Grant Hebert stops in the right circle. Good job by Victor Bartley cutting him off. As Allen rolls it around the net, goes towards Jared Bethune, number 19. Back over towards Young. And the pass is behind him, and it goes back to center ice. Mallory, the Penn State product, will move it ahead. As Bethune over towards Hebert. Back to Bethune in the right corner. He feeds it back up top for Gagnon. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes to Fitz in the far circle. Bouncing off the glass, looking for Cameron Wright. Wright gets near the Allen bench. Gagnon delivers a big hit on Wright. As Wright dumps it in, Grizzlies make a line change. 4.5 minutes in, still no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Americans 3-1. As Allen crosses center ice, and Dalton Golly will dump it in. Grizzlies gather it in their own zone, skating from right to left as Bryson Martin skates down the middle. Now throw it ahead to Strong. Across to Penner. Penner skates in, right circle. Shot saved by Parasini. Puck still in play. Grizzlies in the near side as Martel skates towards the point. Drops it back to the corner that he vacated. Now turnover. Martel down the middle. Take a righty shot. Saved by Parasini. It bounced off his glove and flew out of play off the protective netting. But the Grizzlies had a good look there by Martel. And you mentioned the strong effort by the Grizzlies here in the first segment of play, and they've really shown that here in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Tyson, they really have. And up until just about 30 seconds ago, Garrett Metcalf didn't have to make a save. All the pressure was in the American zone. The Grizzlies were pounding it offensively, but Garrett made some real good saves to start the night.
Allen wins the faceoff. Colton Sosserman will move it to Liam Finley. Cross-ice pass to center ice, taken by Combs. Combs will chip it into the corner for Butcher. Butcher back over across to Combs. He throws it back to Butcher in the right corner. Butcher escapes Corey Thomas. Throws it to the right side for Finley. Shot saved by Metcalf. Good look by Allen, who got Finley all alone on the right side near the goal line. Took a shot, but Metcalf made the save and didn't allow a rebound. As Garrett's made the saves on each of his first 3 shots that he's seen tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, that's a really good save there by Metcalf. Really had to hug the post on that one, but Liam Finley's a dangerous guy. You can't leave him alone like that.
Finley's just got that quickness where he goes from 0 to 60 just like that. Grizzlies make a line change. Cutler out there with Sekos and Pfizer. Sure and Nilsson, the defensive pairing. Chad Butcher will take the draw for Allen, and it's won by the Americans. Sosserman in the right side, throws it across to Mallory. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide off the boards. Combs over to Finley. Back up top for Sosserman. Right point shot. Kick saved by Metcalf in the butterfly position. Left side, Mallory over to Butcher. Left circle. Back to Combs. Up top for Mallory. Now to Sosserman. Right side. Take a righty shot. Pad saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes out to Sekos, who skates behind Utah's net. Sekos at his own goal line. Now escape back around Metcalf's net. Now Sekos will start the attack. Gets around a skater. Now he crosses center ice 2-on-4. Sekos gains the line in the right point. Stops, gets it to Nilsson, who's over in the right corner. Across to Shear, is all alone in the left circle. Shear skates in, he'll take a lefty shot. On a blocked by a stick. Grizzlies get the rebound. Cutler over to Sekos. One-timer's blocked by Mallory. Allen comes back the other way. Kobe McCauley skates towards left circle, take a lefty shot, and goes high off the glass. Cutler in the right point of Utah's zone gets to Sekos, who will backhand it out to center ice. Puck taken by Bethune, who drives it back in. Kicked away by Metcalf off the glass, and it goes to Pfizer in the far corner. Pfizer back behind Utah's net. As Grizzlies will get it to Sekos, back to Pfizer on the right side. Pfizer back in his own zone. He's second in the club with 11 goals this season. We'll move it out to center ice for Sekos, who dumps it in. Grizzlies make a full line change. 6.5 minutes in. Still no score. Both teams have taken 5 shots. There's the Americans back behind their own net. We'll throw it to the far side. Allen will get to neutral ice across center. They'll chip it to the right side for Gavin Gould, who tried to throw it back over towards Hebert in the give and go. It's wide of the mark. Robideau trying to get Hebert, gets kicked away. Walker at the Utah blue line, throws it out to center ice for Bartley. Bartley gains the line, throws it towards right, who gets spun around to the left circle. Back over towards Robideau. So Fan on the pass. Right Mattles takes it away from him. Right around the net. He's now on the right side as he surveys, trying to get it across to Walker. Bounced off an American. Left point. Bartley shot saved by Parasini. Rebound goes out to Robideau. Moving out to center ice where it's regathered by Bartley. We'll move it ahead to right, who gets around Robideau. He wants a penalty, and somehow they call it. Well, I don't know if Robideau got a piece of him or not, but tripping's going to be the call. 12:39 left in the first period. The Grizzlies are going to be on the power play when we come back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Mikhail Robideau gets 2 minutes for tripping as he goes to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Time of penalty, 7:21 in. Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's #1 DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. 12:39 left in the first period. Utah was 0 for 4 on the power play on Wednesday. They are 20.3% this season, which is 9th best in the league. Allen's penalty kill is an even 81%. Grizzlies have taken 6 shots. Allen has taken 5. I'm not sure if Robideau really got a piece of right, but Grizzlies got the call. And if he got a piece of it, it was just kind of a slight one at center ice. Pfizer will take the face off. He's got right out there. And along with Sekos, Allen gets it and will lift it all the way into the Grizzlies zone as Cutler chases after it. So is Andrew Nilsson. Wright's out there along with Pfizer. And I think the Rooster, Jordan Martell, as well, to make that Keaton Jamison. And as the Grizzlies get to neutral ice, as Jamison's in there instead of Sekos, and he goes back to Cutler, who drops it off for Pfizer across the center ice. They'll throw a right wing pass. Grizzlies enter. Down the middle to Cutler. Will take a shot, saved by, or blocked by Sauceman. Allen anticipated the pass back to Nilsson. They pick it off and clear it out towards the Utah blue line, where it's gathered by Jamison, who skates down the middle. Jamison left wing pass to right, who stops. Throws it across. Pfizer skates towards the right corner. Now drops it back up top for Nilsson. Puck kind of glided towards him slowly. And Allen challenges it, but Pfizer gets it back. Over to Nilsson, across to Cutler. Skates towards the left circle. Now across to Pfizer's all alone. Right side. Tried to chip it in front to Cutler's shot. All goes wide. Cutler missed it by that much. As Nilsson on the left side. Back towards Cutler. Skates towards the slot. Now up top for Pfizer. Across to Nilsson. Nilsson will take a lefty shot. I got redirected. Parasini makes the save and holds on. Well, Utah was looking for a redirection there. Got it. But Parasini was able to gather it and not allow a second chance.
Yeah, Tyson, and you want to talk about a game of inches? We just saw it. Brandon Cutler just an inch away from putting that one in. Really good pass there from Taryn Pfizer to go cross crease.
Yeah, went cross crease. It connected to Cutler, but then the shot just ended up going wide. Didn't get a ton of it of the shot. Grizzlies make a line change. Fitz is on the right wing. Sekos will take the face off. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, to the left side. Up top is Bryson Martin and James Shearer. Grizzlies have outshot the Americans 7-5. 11:31 left in the first. And the draw taken by the Americans, who sail it over the head of James Shearer. Stays in play as it glides along the near wing boards. Garrett Metcalf behind his net will cut it off. He'll give it to Martin behind the net as the Grizzlies start the attack from right to left. Martin skates down the middle, throw it to the right left wing for Shearer. He'll bounce it off again, and it goes back to Martin. Martin loses the puck. Liam Finley battles with it, but Martin gets it back along the near side over to Fitz. Fitz gains center ice and dumps it in. Sekos chasing after it. Malari gets there first over Gagnon. He gets hit along the boards by Fitz. Allen moves it ahead to Finley. 1-on-2. Finley skates into the right side. Everybody's making a line change around him. Finley right wing shot saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes to Shearer. 10:50 left in the first and 10 seconds left in Utah's first power play of the game. Still no score. Allen scored first on Wednesday night. Grizzlies looking to score first here this evening as Martin throws it across to Walker, dumps it in. As Allen's back at full strength, Robidoux will stay on the ice. As Walker, right wing, looked to center it out in front to Martel. It wasn't looking, and it flew off his stick and over towards the end wall. Allen gets it. The puck somehow stayed in place. Hank Crone gets hit pretty hard by Tyler Penner. As Sossaman moves out to center ice right wing, they'll drive it around the boards. As Utah gathers it, Cam Strong with good speed will skate out of the zone. Strong across the red line, dumps it in as Penner is looking to reach it. Strong so quickly gets over there along the end wall, gathers the puck, throws it up top for Thomas, who feeds it back to the corner. Strong chasing after it. But Allen will lift it out to center ice. It's gathered by Tho. And it looks like a whistle blew as Tho had the puck for a little bit. And we get a whistle, maybe a hand pass or something.
It looked like Tho had to reach into the Americans' bench to keep that puck in play.
That could be. Draw's going to be at center ice.
Made like a baseball-style catch right there over by the bench.
I bet Tho was a good baseball player if that's what he decided to play growing up. Draws at center ice, taken by Tyler Penner and won by Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. Grizzlies throw it out to the left side, bouncing out the boards. Cam Strong chasing after it, but icing is on the Grizzlies with 9:50 left in the first. Utah's taken 7 shots. Allen's taken 6. Grizzlies have had 1 power play and had a couple good looks on it. I think Utah had 2 shots on the power play. Allen's yet to go on the power play. Last night they were 1 for 6.
Yeah, Tyson, I really like that first shift or so on the power play for the Grizzlies. They had a really good look there with Brandon Cutler and Taryn Pfizer almost connecting, but just weren't able to get it done.
Draw taken by the Grizzlies. They're in their own zone. Thomas will feed it to the near side for Strong. He gets out to the Utah blue line. He avoided a big check of Colby McCauley, but lost the puck. There's Allen out to neutralize the cross center. Skating down the middle is Hank Crone. So he'll skate over to the right side. Crone's got great speed, 20 goals this season. Gets around Thomas. He's now on the left side. Crone feeds it up top as the Americans throw it back to the corner. As Allen around the net, tries to drop it off for Hargrove. He's on the right side, back to McCauley in the right wing. He'll throw it up top to the high slot for Gagnon. Back to McCauley. Will skate towards the left circle. Feeds out in front to Crone. Shot, kick save by Metcalf. What a stop by Garrett. Gagnon over to the right side for Golly. Back up top for Gagnon. He's on the left side. He'll throw it to the corner for Crone. Back to Gagnon in the left side. He'll skate towards his right. Now drop it back off to the high slot for Crone. Crone gets pushed by Tho. Puck goes back to Strong. Action still in the Grizzlies zone as Allen makes a line change. Johnny Walker back in the far corner. His first game since December 18th. Walker will throw it back to the near side for Cam Strong. Strong, 6 goals this season. Over on the right side, avoids a check. He battles with 2 Americans. As Strong throws it back around for Pfizer along the far boards. Allen gets it. They skate towards their offensive corner. Now taking it away is Pfizer. He'll feed it ahead to Sekos, but the pass was too soft. Now left wing, Robidoux shot. Saved by Metcalf. Puck still in play. Left point, Allen lefty shot, and it's blocked by Shearer. Nilsson moves it ahead. Grizzlies get cross-checked in the back. No call. As Nilsson on the far side throws it across to Shearer. Shearer gets it. He gets it poked away. As Gavin Gould in the corner over towards Hebert. Now cross-ice pass to Finley. Shoots. He scores. Hebert is in the right corner. Fed it across to Crone. Or make that Finley. Finley gets his 20th of the season. And with 8:03 left in the first, Allen's drawn first blood.
Well, Tyson, that's a rare mistake from the Grizzlies. In their own defensive zone, they turn the puck over, and the Americans, good cross-crease pass there. And Liam Finley, it's a guy you can't leave alone. He's very dangerous, a very shifty player. He makes it a 1-0 game.
He was the number 1 star on Wednesday night. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. Finley's going to get a goal. Hebert is going to get his 6th assist of the season, and I imagine Gavin Gould might get his 11th assist of the year as well. 8:03 left in the first period. Allen has outshot Utah 8-7, and they lead the game 1-0. They score first for the second straight game in this series. As Allen crosses center ice, Chad Butcher to the right side, drops it off for Finley. Finley back to Combs off the near wing boards. Now up top for Sossaman. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Finley gathers it in the left side. He'll chip it across to Sossaman. Sossaman glides it towards the left circle. Gets poked away by Utah. Rolls to Finley in the high slot. Over to Sossaman on the right side. And he'll fire towards the net. I got blocked about 5 feet out in front. Combs shot, kick saved by Metcalf. Grizzlies to the far side, feed it across to Bartley. Victor will carry it out to center ice left wing. Bartley skates over to the left point, takes a shot, stick saved by Parasini. Allen gets the rebound on the far side as Chad Butcher gains center ice, and Wright takes it away from him. Now Bartley in the left point gets hit from behind by Sossaman. Puck ends up going back to center. Sossaman will chip it past Victor Bartley. Corey Thomas skates over there, no icing, as Allen makes a line change. About 7 minutes left here in the first period. Martel glides along the near wing boards, gains the offensive line, and gets hit by Gagnon, who's been very physical in this first period. Allen turns it over in the slot. Martel couldn't get a shot off as Allen back checks. They get the puck to throw it out to center ice. Martel gets it back as he'll skate in from the right side. Now he'll veer off to the left point. Martel stops along the near wing boards, gets tripped up, no call. As in the area is Justin Young. Or is there a call? Looks like Allen's going to touch up the puck. As tripping's going to be the call, and it looks like the Grizzlies are going to be on the power play for the first time tonight. As Jordan Martel got tripped up along the near wing boards by Justin Young, who's going to be serving penalty minutes 13 and 14 for him on the season.
Well, Tyson, this is a huge chance for the Grizzlies here. Good chance to tie this thing up. And I like the way that first unit on the power play played the first time around. Let's see if they can get it going here.
The details of Allen's goal. Liam Finley scored with Gavin Gould and Grant Hebert getting the assist. Time of that goal was 11:57 in the first period. Grizzlies looking to tie it up here on the power play. Allen has outshot Utah 9-8. Colton Hargrove will take the draw against Keaton Jamison. Draw one by the Grizzlies as Nilsson in the right point. Gets it over to Pfizer. Now to the far goal line. Grizzlies chip it across. As Utah will throw it back up top for Nilsson. Now to Cutler on the left side. Cutler skates towards the corner. Drops it back off for Nilsson. Across to Pfizer. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Parasini. And he holds on without a rebound. 6:18 left in the first. And 1:39 left in the Grizzlies' power play.
Well, good puck movement to start that power play, and I like that shot there. I think if the Grizzlies continue to play like that and get a guy in front of Parasini, I think there's a good chance that you can get a tip in.
Big thing for the Grizzlies is winning the faceoffs. As draw one by Utah, but the puck ends up going between the two guys up top and into the Grizzlies zone as Nilsson will chase after it. Metcalf communicates with him. Nilsson behind his net. Will now veer off to the left as he's still in the Grizzlies zone. Now Nilsson skates to neutral ice. He'll drop it back off. As Cutler skates towards his left, he's got 11 points in his last 6 games. He's got a point in all 6. Over to right, back to the Grizzlies zone for Pfizer. Gets hit from behind by Hargrove. Fans want a penalty. Hargrove takes the puck away, skates towards his right, and loses it. As Cutler throws to neutral ice. Now back to Cutler from Jamison. Cutler at neutral ice will wrap it around the boards. Pfizer in the right corner as the puck bounces off the wall. Utah's Cameron Wright throws it back over to Nilsson in the left point. Nilsson over to Pfizer. Pfizer surveys from the near boards. They'll throw it back up top for Nilsson. Andrew back to Pfizer. Was thinking about one-timer, but just gathered it and throws it to Nilsson. Nilsson throws it to the right side for Wright. Right back to Pfizer on the left side. We get a whistle as his stick broke. It was Colton Hargrove's. So it's going to be a penalty. Slashing is going to be the call, and it's going to be on Andrew Nilsson. Boy, I wonder if that call gets made if the stick doesn't break.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder, Tyson. I mean, a stick breaking usually is a good indication of a slash. But interesting to note that we've seen twice in this game where an American has cross-checked a Grizzly in the back and they haven't gotten a call on
it. Nilsson just barely hit his stick, and his stick just broke. You got to be kidding me. That's bad equipment that Nilsson just couldn't catch a break. 5:23 left in the first. We're back in 1 minute. We'll be skating 4-on-4 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
1-0 Allen, 5:23 left in the first period. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 44 seconds. And after that, Allen will have a power play. Nilsson got 2 minutes for slashing. Didn't look like he even wound back and did anything there. The stick just went breaking. It was more a bad stick than anything else, and Nilsson just got a penalty because of it. As the Grizzlies win the draw, they're in their own zone, skating from right to left. As Sekos crosses center ice, and out there along with Johnny Walker, as Sekos skates towards the left side in the corner. Sekos goes down. Fans want a penalty, none to be had. Ryan Gagnon has been very physical in this first period. Chris Malari throws it out to center ice for Butcher. Throws a backhand pass to Gagnon on the left side. He gets poked away by Pouncey. Allen in the corner tries to get around Pouncey, but Pouncey delivers a big hit. Bryson Martin moves ahead to Sekos along the near board. Sekos now crosses center ice. We'll drop it back off to the left side for Martin. Martin skates towards the corner, wraps it around, taken away by Malari. As Allen's not only back at full strength, they start a power play. As Chad Butcher skates towards the Utah blue line. Now he gets it back over as Jamison takes it away. Bartley will clear it out to the Allen blue line over to Saucerman. As Allen will start the attack. They're on the power play for the next minute as Nilsson's in the box for 2 minutes for slashing. As Allen skates towards the left side. Jack Combs over towards the corner with Finley. And puck glides towards Bartley, who clears it out. 4:10 and counting left in the first, and 45 seconds left in Allen's first power play of the game. And Saucerman feed it over to the left side near the Grizzlies bench. Combs dumps it in. Bartley skates over there, gets it, and clears it all the way out. It bounced off of Hank Crone. Crone 20 goals and 29 assists this season. He'll move it out to center ice for Finley, who's already got a goal tonight. Finley chips over to the left circle all alone. Allen with a shot, saved by Metcalf. That shot was taken by Jack Combs. Puck glides along the near boards. As Allen in their own zone, 10 seconds left in the Nilsson penalty. It's Hargrove, January's league player of the month, crosses center ice. Trying to skate in the zone, bounced off of Pfizer, rolls back to another American. As Allen chips to the right corner, as the Grizzlies are back at full strength, Nilsson gets the puck as it glided towards him. 3-on-2. Right drops it off for Nilsson. Back to right on the right side. Gets it back to the left side for Pfizer. Shot saved by Parasini. Boy, Pfizer is robbed. He was robbed big time by Parasini, who's made some good saves here in the first period. About 3 minutes left in the first period. Grizzlies, Cameron Wright gets around Massicott. Rolls towards the corner. Martel gets around Malari. Martel's now on the right side. So skate towards the point. Drops it back to the corner as it bounced off a Grizzlies stick and rolls towards Malari, who skates towards the near boards to get it. Allen spreads the ice. 2:45 left in the first. Eagers warrant out for Parasini's arrest for the highway robbery on Taran Pfizer there. We'll keep you updated on that. Malari throws to the far side as Allen now gains center ice. We'll chip it over to the right side for Hebert. Goes past him. Bartley pokes it off of Hebert as it rolls towards the right corner of Utah's zone. As Gagnon throws it towards Hebert. He's on the right side. Drops it back for Gagnon. He'll take a righty shot, and it's blocked in the right circle by Tho. Clears it out. And icing's going to be on the Grizzlies as the whistle blows with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first.
Well, Tyson, both goalies have been really sharp to start this game. It started off a little earlier in the period. Garrett Metcalf had to go cross crease to make a big save. And then just recently, we saw Parasini go all the way across, make a big toe save. I mean, you talk about
had a good look
robbery.
there to the left side. Not much you can do about it. You know, Grizzlies had that look.
I mean, robbery's an understatement.
Tries going to be in the left circle. Butcher will take it. He wins it for Allen. As over to the right side. Oh, Allen fed it out in front. Bounced off of Metcalf as Robidoux was looking for the redirection. Puck in the left corner as Butcher gets held up. McCauley over there gets the Robidoux in the far circle. Back to McCauley. He'll chip it back up top. As Allen's Dalton Golly gets hit pretty hard by Martel. Puck lines out to center ice. And towards the Allen blue line. Gagnon will get it across to Golly. Now to center ice for Butcher. Butcher will back it out towards the Allen line. Button hook, and he'll deliver it back to McCauley at neutral ice. McCauley dumps it in. Sekos avoids a check as the Grizzlies feed it across the left side to Cutler. Brandon gains Allen territories. He crosses center ice, gets over to Shearer. Shearer looks to center to Sekos. One-timer goes just wide. Great idea there, but Sekos didn't get much on it. Now Allen skates in. They got a breakaway. Hank Crone skates down the middle. He'll backhand, forehand shot. Kick save on. He scores. Boy, he just snuck it past the ankle of Garrett Metcalf as Crone kind of faked to his right, went back to his left, just kind of snuck it past the ankle of Garrett Metcalf. And so the Americans have taken a 2-0 lead with 1:16 left in the first.
Well, Tyson, just a mishandle at the red line for the Grizzlies, and the Americans go the other way. Good move to beat Metcalf. Not a lot he could have done there.
It's the Americans 2 and the Grizzlies nothing, as Hank Crone just got behind Utah's defense as he gets his 21st of the season. Allen has taken 12 shots to the Grizzlies 10. Here in the middle game of the 3-game set, it looks like the Grizzlies are going to need a big second period. And obviously with 1:16 here still left in the first, Grizzlies would like to go to the locker room with a little bit of momentum. But Allen here so far in the series has outscored the Grizzlies 6-1. Grizzlies win the draw at center ice. Bryson Martin dumps it in. Parasini behind his net will throw it to the far side. Allen is 7-2 in their last 9 games. They'll move it out to center ice. 2-on-2. Hargrove skates towards the left circle as he gets held up by Martin. Puck ends up on the right side as Pfizer will throw a backhand pass that goes past Keaton Jamison, rolls towards the Grizzlies bench. Mallory gets it. He skates back towards Allen's territory. Now Mallory deep in the Allen zone as now he'll start the attack. Mallory skates down the middle. He's at neutral ice, so he'll move a backhand pass out ahead. Gould couldn't handle it. Utah gets hit in the back. No call. Allen skates in. Crone shot. Saved by Metcalf. And Garrett holds on. That's the second time, though, here in the first period at least, where Utah just got pushed in the back, got knocked down, and it impacted the plays. That's where the puck was, and no call was made.
Yeah, Tyson, I believe that's the second time that Hargrove has done that. I saw him do it earlier in the period, right before the Nielsen penalty, and here he is going back at it.
I guess if they're not going to call it, you just got to be strong with the puck, and that really made an impact because Jamison had the puck, and Allen was able to take it away and get a grade A chance out of it. Allen leads 2-0 as Crone's goal was scored 18:44 in with Chad Butcher getting an assist. Grizzlies win the draw. They skate from right to left as Cam Strong gains center ice and dumps it into the right corner. As Mallory skates after it. Mallory's got a good size-speed ratio. Third-year pro out of Penn State. Sossaman moves out to the left side. Allen gets to Finley. Pass behind him as he overskated it. Grizzlies will cross center. Martel gets it to Strong, who gets divorced from Mallory, but Strong keeps the puck. He centers it to Bartley. It bounced off his stick. Allen gathers it. Aber with a backhand pass to Finley. 5 seconds left in the period. Finley to the right side. Looks to center it out in front to Combs, but passes wide of the mark. And that will do it for first period action here at Maverik Center. As Allen scored twice. As Liam Finley scored 11:57 in. It was a 5-on-5 goal. And then Hank Crone scored 18:44 in on a breakaway with Chad Butcher getting the assist. Allen outshot Utah 13-10 in the first period. When we come back, Guy and I will recap the first period. Guy will tell us what happened in the first 20 minutes. We'll talk some hockey as we're in the middle game of a 3-game set here on Heart Health Night and an AFCU Friday as Allen leads Utah 2-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
First intermission presented by Rio Tinto. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Well, Allen had 9 scoring chances according to the off-ice officials. The Grizzlies had 7. So the difference is Allen got 2 past Garrett Metcalf, and Allen's Luke Parasini stopped all 10 he saw, including an incredible save on Taryn Pfizer late in the first period. Guy, what happened in the first 20 minutes of play?
Well, Tyson, the Grizzlies came out, and they came out blazing. They came out with a really good start where a lot of the pressure for the first 5 minutes was down in the American zone. Garrett Metcalf didn't see a shot until about 5 minutes in, 15 minutes on the clock. But it was actually the Americans that got the first goal, 11 minutes and 57 seconds into the first period. It was Liam Finley, his 20th of the season. This is a guy that's dangerous, can't be left alone. And fortunately, the Grizzlies did just that, and he cashes in. That was assisted by Hebert and Gold. And then 18:44 into the period, it was Hank Crone who got his 21st of the year. And that made it a 2-0 game, and that was assisted by Butcher. The Americans are 0 for 1 on the power play, and the Grizzlies are 0 for 2. So both penalty kills had a really strong showing in the first period, and shots are 12-10 in favor of Allen. But Tyson, you mentioned that 9 out of those 12 for Allen were quality scoring chances, and 7 out of the 10 were quality scoring chances for the Grizzlies. So each team getting a really good looks on net.
Both teams had good goaltending performances. It's a very physical period, and I got to imagine whether it's tonight or tomorrow, I think action is going to get very, very physical. Allen, one of those teams that wants to kind of play a physical brand of hockey. Ryan Gagnon in particular, many hits for the Americans. He played a physical first period. Chris Mallory also. We did not see Xavier Bernard after he got injured 1 minute into the first period. We'll see if he comes back into the lineup, as looked like there was a lot of blood on the ice, so hopefully he's okay. You think about the breakaway there that Crone got, and that was certainly big because I think if you're Utah, 1-0 going into the locker room, that's certainly a little bit more manageable than 2-0 headed into the locker room. And Crone really made a nice move where he faked to his right and then went back to his left and was able to just kind of sneak it past the ankle of Garrett Metcalf. There's a couple tough breaks there in the first period. Nilsson gets the penalty as he's just kind of skating towards the slot. Doesn't look like he winds back or anything. It just looked like his stick collided with the Allen stick. The Allen stick goes breaking in half, and Nilsson gets the penalty. It was just kind of a tough break for Utah. There wasn't much you could do there. Grizzlies had a couple good looks there. Parasini made the save on, and then I don't remember exactly the time of it, but Metcalf made an amazing save. I think it was right before, not that long before Finley scored to make it 1-0. Metcalf made an outstanding save of his own. So, all in all, as you kind of mentioned Wednesday, the Grizzlies played better than what the scoreboard showed. And here in the first period, Grizzlies might have played better than the scoreboard showed. It's just that Finley was able to get that goal as they were able to get a cross crease pass in the right corner across to Finley. And then, of course, the second goal is a breakaway. So, Grizzlies' defensive unit might just have to be a little bit more disciplined here in the next 40 minutes against a really strong Allen attack. But overall, it's just for the Grizzlies, you're just going to have to take it one shift at a time and just keep chipping away and see if we can get that first goal on Parasini here early in the second period.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree with all that. And the unfortunate thing is I think the Grizzlies came out and they played really well. I liked the energy that they brought to the start of the game. I thought Sekos looked really strong in his first shifts back from injury. The problem is that the Grizzlies had their chances and they weren't able to capitalize on them. And then it was just a little miscues that Allen took those miscues and they took them and they went the other way. I think on that first goal for Finley, James Shearer, very rarely does he cough up the puck and he ends up doing it. And so that's a play he'd like to have back, and they go cross crease to Finley. And there's really not a lot of Metcalf could have done on that one. And then on the second goal, the puck just hopped over a Grizzlies stick at the red line, and the Americans took it the other way, and nobody was going to catch him. And so Hank Crone makes a really good move to beat Metcalf there. So I think Metcalf has really had a strong start to this game. I don't think those goals are really to blame on him at all. I think it's just the small things that are going against the Grizzlies. And I think for the Grizzlies, I think you need to keep your heads high. I think you played a really good first period. Take that energy and bring it out in the second period, because throughout the course of the season, the second period has been the Grizzlies' strongest period.
I think you had to like the process of the Grizzlies' first power play. I think the only problem is the power play only went 1:12 seconds because we mentioned, Nilsson, hitting the stick, his stick colliding with the Allen stick, and the stick just goes breaking, and then obviously they make a call because of it. Grizzlies had 2 shots in the power play, but they were really working the puck around pretty well. So even though they're 0 for 5 on the power play so far this series, I'd like to see the Grizzlies get some power plays here in the second period because I think the way they were working the puck around could lend to some success later on in this game.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And I think we could see the Grizzlies go on the power play more in this game. We saw play get really physical towards the end of the first period, and it seems like Allen is trying to push and see how far they can go before getting called on a penalty. We saw a few cross checks that weren't called. We saw Hargrove getting really chippy with a few Grizzlies players. I think it's only a matter of time before the Grizzlies go back on the power play, and when they do, they need to find a way to make the Americans pay.
And if the officials are going to let them play tonight, you just got to be stronger with the puck, and you can't just get knocked over and have Allen take the puck away from you. You got to be strong with the puck and be decisive with things. And so I think Grizzlies will bounce back here in the second period. The second frame, Allen was able to get a couple goals there and turn a 1-1 tie into a 3-1 game, and then Allen was playing from ahead in the third period. So see if the Grizzlies can get something offensively. You mentioned the big story coming in is the return of Zach Sekos, and he played about as well as he can for a guy that's been out for about a month. And really, we didn't see a ton of Johnny Walker in the first period. He saw a little bit of ice time, but we didn't see nearly as much as maybe he would if we're just having him on a regular line. And so it looked like the Grizzlies were working him in a little bit more slowly than Sekos there in the first period, but we'll see if his ice time picks up here in the last two periods of play.
Yeah, Tyson, I think both guys really had a strong showing in the first period. You're right, Walker didn't see as much ice time as Sekos did, but, watching Zach Sekos, you wouldn't have guessed if you watched this guy play that he had missed all that time with injury. It seems like he came back and didn't miss a beat. He had a few really good chances. He was moving with speed through the neutral zone, threw a few shoulder fakes to get around some defenders, so he's looking really nice in his first game back.
Allen leads 2-0 here in the first intermission. When we come back in 2 minutes, we'll give you some scores from around the world of sports. The Americans are up by 2. This is the Rio Tinto Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games,
First intermission here at Maverik Center. Allen leads Utah 2-0 as Hank Crone scored, or Liam Finley scored 11:57 in. Hank Crone made it a 2-0 game as he scored on a breakaway 18:44 in. Other action in the league on this Friday night. Newfoundland defeats Maine 3-1. Adirondack is a 5-2 winner over Reading. Jacksonville defeats Florida 3-1. Trois Rivières defeats Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admiral 7-4. South Carolina over Worcester 3-2. Fun fact, Worcester's leading scorer this season is the former Grizzly Quinn Ryan. Ryan had 10 goals for the Grizzlies last year, and he's Worcester's leading scorer this season. South Carolina defeated Worcester 3-2. Iowa over Wheeling 2-1. Toledo is a 5-1 winner over Kansas City, and that's certainly good because the winner here tonight will be tied with Kansas City with 41 standings points. So Kansas City is a team that Allen and Utah are both rooting against. And as you think about coming down the second half of the season, it could be Utah, Kansas City, Allen, and maybe Rapid City battling for just a couple playoff spots. We'll see about the Wichita Thunder. They do not play tonight, but Wichita lost one goaltender to an AHL call-up. They also lost one goaltender to an injury, and I think it might be Evan Beitenheis who got injured. And so Wichita ended up signing Eric Dopp. If that name sounds familiar, he played one game for the Grizzlies in late December of 2022. As after all, Dopp played one game against the Idaho Steelheads, stopped 33 of 39. And so, we'll see what Eric Dopp does in a Wichita uniform. But now all of the Thunder, who had very solid goaltending, all of a sudden has found themselves in a goaltending pinch. And even though they've got an 8-point lead over third place in the ECHL's Mountain Division for second place, obviously Idaho's in first place and Wichita's in second. Watch out for Wichita, who's only won 4 of their last 10 games. See if they end up returning back to the pack here in the second half of the season. Other games in the league, boy, they got a shootout over in Savannah as Orlando and Savannah are tied at 3 late in the third period. 2.5 minutes left in the third. Cincinnati leads Indy 2-0. That game with 1 minute, 40 seconds left in regulation. Second intermission, Fort Wayne leads Kalamazoo 4-0. Early third period, or halfway through the third period even. Idaho leads Tulsa 2-0. As Tulsa's really had a rough go of it. They're just 13, 18, 7, and 1 this season. Well, the NHL skills competition is tonight, and that's one of those fun events. I'm looking forward to watching the All-Star game tomorrow afternoon. Although I'm not entirely sure I love the format. I would kind of like if they went back to just a normal hockey game, East versus West. You play 60 minutes of hockey as opposed to this 3-on-3 tournament where it looks like everybody's going at about half speed. I don't necessarily like watching it as much. I kind of like, your traditional East versus West. Let's just get after it and play for 60 minutes kind of thing.
Yeah, I think the 3-on-3 format was fun when they first debuted it. I think it was cool. I think that was around the time where they started doing 3-on-3 overtime in the league too. So it was new, it was fun, it was interesting. But I think now I'd like to see that 60-minute game as well. I think it'd be cool. I think anything's better than what the NFL is doing right now with that Pro Bowl skills games competition where they're playing flag football. I'm not a big fan of that. So, I don't know. I like the NHL All-Star game better if it was the 60 minutes, but I think the jerseys are cool this year. I think they're really nice.
Yeah, they're really nice. They kind of look like 1990s themed jerseys. I might end up getting one of those as I'm going to find some money under the couch cushion. I think the thing about the Pro Bowl there is I think the NFL wants to promote flag football. As after all, concussions are up in the NFL once again this season. And I think that flag football is a good way for the NFL and for football in general to promote playing football, but not necessarily have the brain trauma and all the stuff that goes with it. So I think flag football is something that could end up taking off here in the next handful of years. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll have second period action here at Maverik Center as Allen leads Utah 2-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Allen leads 2-0. We're about set for second period action. We mentioned the return of Zach Sekos. It's only his second game for the Grizzlies since November 27th. He played one game on December 30th, got injured, missed about a month. He's back for the first time since December 30th. He played in 6 games of the AHL's Colorado Eagles during most of the month of December. Sekos has a point in 4 of his last 5 games for Utah. And he leads all Grizzlies forwards and all Grizzlies players in plus-minus at a +3. He's got a 21.1% shooting percentage this season. And Guy, you talk about all-around performers where it's winning face-offs, whether it's winning battles along the boards, whether it's making the right pass, being able to shoot when he's open. Zach Sekos does just about everything on the ice for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Tyson, it seems like he's the Grizzlies' Swiss Army knife. You can put him here and he'll do that. Put him in the face-off circle, he'll win that. I mean, he's good. He's got a great shot. He's got great speed. Very shifty player. And I think he's going to be instrumental in the Grizzlies making a playoff push.
This broadcast is presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott, producing premier American copper and proudly celebrating 120 years of operations in the Utah community. Allen leads 2-0. Grizzlies will be skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. In your mind's eye, see it on YouTube. Allen's going to be skating from our right to our left. Referees tonight are Sam Heidemann and Tatu Kunto. The linesmen are Colin Klein and Orson James McKenna. We'll see if the Grizzlies can get a goal here early in the second period and regain momentum in this hockey game.
Yeah, Tyson, that would be key. I think just playing hard, driving to the net. Hopefully you can get a goal, but if not, maybe try and draw a penalty, make something happen.
Sekos to take the draw against Grant Hebert. Hebert had an assist in the first period as Utah wins the faceoff as Nilsson will throw it out to Zach Sekos, who dumps it in. Grizzlies won the faceoff battle 11-7 in the first period. Mallory moves over to Hebert, who's still in the Allen zone. He'll feed it out to center ice where it's regathered by Nilsson. He'll drop it off for Pfizer as Pfizer will backpedal into his own zone. Now throw it to Shearer in the far circle of Utah's zone. Now he gets it across to Nilsson. Andrew feed it back, hot pass to Shearer, glanced off his stick. Allen moves it back the other way. It's Gavin Gould over to Robidoux. Now Robidoux skates down the middle. He's trying to get it back to Gould, and Nilsson took it away. Nilsson will ricochet off the near boards to Pfizer. Pfizer will move it across to Sekos. Sekos skates towards the right circle, makes a backhand shot, and it goes wide as he tried to go glove side on Parasini. As Gavin Gould gets spun around by Sekos at the Utah blue line. Now bouncing off the stick of Cutler as it rolls deep into the Grizzlies zone. Utah moves it ahead along the near boards to Pfizer. Pfizer chips it back in towards the end of his shift as he comes off the ice. Allen's Parasini throws it behind towards the near boards as Massacott will throw it across. Allen will skate in. Chad Butcher stops along the near boards, feeds to the left circle for Finley. He tried to get home Combs, but he was occupied. Gagnon out to neutral ice. We haven't seen Xavier Bernard since the first minute of the game. As Cameron Wright will bounce it off of Johnny Walker. Walker on the right side collides with Massacott. Massacott's a big guy, and he knocks Walker to the ice. Puck goes back to the left side. Grizzlies dropping off for Pouncey, who skates towards the left side. Skates in, shot, saved by Parasini. Grizzlies get the rebound on the far side. They'll throw it back up top to Tho. Now Cameron Wright will fire left point. Shot goes wide as it glanced off the stick of Massacott. As Jack Combs on the far side will lift it in the air. It's gloved by Utah. Dropped to the left point as they take a shot, and it's blocked by an Allen stick. It's Cameron Wright to the left side, around the net. Now Wright's on the right side, stops. I looked for a shot, but he got cut out in front by Gagnon. As we get a whistle and we get a penalty. Who's going to be on? It's going to be a cross check. It's going to be an Allen American. It looks like it's going to the box. Zachary Massacott goes to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for cross-checking. 18:08 left in the second period. If you or someone you know been charged with a DUI, Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Calling it Utah's best DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. Third power play for the Grizzlies tonight. Jamison will take the draw, but it's won by Allen. Colton Sossaman will sail it all the way back towards Metcalf as Garrett plays it to the far side of his net. He'll drop it behind the net for Nilsson. Nilsson, 19 power play points this season, 5 goals and 14 assists. He'll drop it off for Pfizer. Terran crosses center ice, drops it off for Cutler. Cutler crosses center ice, skates down the middle. Now throw it to the right for Sekos. Now up top for Nilsson. He'll skate towards the left point. Nilsson being shadowed by Young. Nilsson's cross-ice pass collides off the stick of Young and goes back to neutral ice. Grizzlies will reset. Pfizer with a right wing pass to Cutler. Cutler button hook towards the center ice logo. Now right wing to Jamison, who skates towards the right circle. Jamison out to the goal line. Will ricochet it back to Nilsson. He enters in the near side. Throws it back to the corner. Hit a stanchion or something and awkwardly flew to the corner closely. Allen clears it out, but it goes all the way out of play. 17:20 left in the second. No delay of game. As the draw is going to be in the Allen zone. 1:12 left in Utah's third power play of the game. Johnny Walker's out on the ice right now. Watch out for him in front of the net.
Yeah, that's right, Tyson. On his last shift, he was kind of getting under the skin.
Oh, Robidoux and Walker exchanging some words. You know that's a possibility.
Well, they don't call him the worm for nothing.
Those two exchanging some words before Walker took the face-off against Hargrove. And the draw won by Allen as Hargrove will feed it out towards Robidoux. It bounced off a Grizzlies skate. James Shearer to the left wing will re-enter. So bouncing off, it hits the stanchion and bounces to Parasini, who gathers it on one hop. And after the whistle, Robidoux pushing Johnny Walker. Gagnon as well. Robidoux and Walker continuing to exchange words. And you knew that was going to happen the first time Robidoux and Walker were on the ice at the same time. They did have a shift or two together on the ice in the first period. And Robidoux is one of those guys. He'll play very physical, but he's not as stiff. He's somebody that does move around pretty well, and he's really got a lot of game to him as well. He's not just penalty minutes, and the guy who's been suspended a few times. But it didn't even take the face-off. Robidoux and Walker were exchanging words before Walker took the face-off before the last whistle. 59 seconds left in the second period. Walker takes the draw for Utah as Allen leads 2-0. A big power play for the Grizzlies as they try to cut into the Allen lead. And the draw won by the Americans. Ryan Gagnon will bounce off the glass. Sure, keeps it in with his body. Cross ice to Martin, right side. I tried to feather it out in front to Walker. Passes wide of the mark. Sure, back to Martin on the right side. He'll throw it to the corner. As right. Goes it back to Shearer. Now to the left side for Walker. He mishandles it, gets knocked down. Robidoux takes a puck. And all of the Grizzlies hurt. It's not Walker, but it's Martel. Martel's injured. He skates towards the bench. Grizzlies get the puck back as Martel gets looked at by Colin Lee. Grizzlies reset. They cross center ice. Utah chips over to Cameron Wright. He gets it poked away. Wright gets it back. Throws it towards the corner for Nielsen. Wright battles with an American. Now puck glides towards Jack Combs. As Combs, Robidoux delivers a big hit on Fitz. Puck goes back over to Walker on the left side. Walker in the corner. Surveys. Now he gets up top to Shearer. And Shearer, from the high slot, throws it back to the right corner. Allen skates over there and gets it out to Jack Combs. Combs gets the bouncing puck. He'll cross center ice with a little bit of speed. Combs centers at the Butcher, skates in. Righty shot. Saved by Metcalf. Allen's Zachary Massicot's out of the penalty box. We're back to 5-on-5 skating as Fitz crosses center ice. Fitz from neutral ice will fire a shot. Parasini gets a stick on it as it bounced off the glass. Now to the left side. Grizzlies skate towards the circle. They tried to feather it out in front. The Fitz and pass was wide of the mark. Allen crosses center ice. Liam Finley throws it towards the middle. It glanced off the stick of Kyle Pouncey. Pouncey back towards the corner as Cam Strong gets it. He'll throw it out to Dylan Fitz. Fitz to the left side will bounce it off an American. As Utah will move it ahead to Fitz. It glanced off his stick and glides into the Allen zone in the slot. Massicott throws to the right side. Penner keeps it in. Penner feeds it across, but there wasn't a Grizzly over there as Hargrove gathers it, and he'll throw it to Hank Crone at center ice. Crone's got 21 goals this season, including one tonight. Utah takes it away. Penner ices the puck, and the whistle blows with 15-13 left in the second. And Jordan Martell's in the locker room has looked like he got an awkward collision and might have gotten an upper body injury.
Yeah, Tyson, it looks like he took an awkward-looking hit him right in the elbow. He was holding that elbow as he went to the bench. He's kind of been hanging out in the tunnel going to the locker room right now. It looks like he's taking off his jersey and he's getting looked at by the trainer.
Close that door for you a little bit more. 15-13 left in the third. We hope Martell's okay. As the draw won by Allen. The Americans, the offensive zone. Massicott, left side, will take a shot. He scores. Boy, Zachary Massicott with a quick wrist shot that goes over the right shoulder of Garrett Metcalf. And with 15:06 left in the second period, the Americans have taken a 3-0 lead. For Zachary Massicott, he gets his 6th goal of the season. Pfizer just fell down. Massicott skated towards the circle and just outside the left circle, just fired a quick wrist shot that went past Metcalf.
Well, that's a really good shot there from Massicott. Now 3-0 game, 5 minutes into the second. The next one has to go the Grizzlies' way, or else they're going to be in deep trouble.
3 goals on 15 shots for Allen. Grizzlies have now been outscored 7-1 here in this series. Utah wins the draw. They'll bounce off the far boards. Now Utah gets Zach Sekos 2-on-2. Will skeet towards his right. Sekos down the right circle. I trying to kick it out in front to Cutler. Bounced off an American. As Mascot gets pushed by Cutler towards the far corner of the Allen zone. Pfizer over there. Sekos now skates towards the corner. Puck goes past Sekos. Now Allen's Chris Mallory will feed it to Hank Chrome. He crosses center ice in the left wing. Chrome dumped it in as he was battling with Aaron Tho. Thomas move it towards Pfizer. Passes wide of the mark. It looks like it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies with 14 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second.
Well, Tyson, now we're at a point in the game where it's 3-0 Allen. We're still at the top of the second period. Somebody on this Grizzlies team needs to give them a little bit of life. And I think it's going to be a guy like Johnny Walker or maybe a guy like Cameron Wright that will get this thing jump-started.
Allen's goal was scored 4:54 in, with Mascot getting in his 6th of the year. Colton Hargrove gets his 20th assist of the season, and Hank Chrome picks up an assist. He now has 30 on the season. Chrome with 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Utah wins the faceoff as they skate towards the far corner. Action in the Grizzly zone as Robidoux gets tripped up, no call. He regains his balance as Grant Hebert skates towards the right side. Hebert's got good size. He'll drop it back off for Gagnon, who's been active tonight. Back over to Hebert. Now to Gagnon on the left side, who fakes a shot. Now he throws it to Hebert just outside the right circle. Hebert drops it off for Gagnon. He gets poked away by Corey Thomas. Utah skates over there. Cam Strong skates towards the left circle. Take a shot. Glove saved by Parasini, who freezes the puck. It was actually Brandon Cutler who got the puck at the Utah blue line, went coast to coast, fired from the left circle, but Parasini made the save. 13:59 left in the second. It's the Americans 3 and the Grizzlies nothing. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Allen leads 3-0 with 13:59 left in the second period. So he scored 2 goals in the first period. Liam Finley, 11:57 in, and Hank Chrome, 18:44 in. Zachary Massicott made it a 3-0 game as he scored 4:54, and it's the first goal by an Allen defenseman in this series. A guy the Grizzlies need to find a way to change the momentum here quickly in this game.
Yeah, Tyson, they do. And I think it's going to have to come from a guy like Corey Thomas to maybe deliver a big hit. Maybe Johnny Walker delivers a hit. You got to get something to get the crowd going, get the momentum back on your side.
Draws in the left circle of the Allen zone. The Americans win the faceoff. They skate towards neutral ice and dump it as Colby McCauley centers it, and Grizzlies take it away. As the pass was out in front of Utah's net as Keaton Jamison will throw it back into the Allen zone. Americans gather it as Chris Mallory will skate towards the near side. He'll feed it out to the Utah blue line where it's taken away by Shearer. James will bounce it off the far boards. James gets hit pretty hard near the Allen bench. Nielsen with a rink-wide pass out to center ice, connects to Wright. Wright leads the Grizzlies with 31 points this season. I tried to throw it across to Walker, and the pass was wide of the mark as Sauceman gets to Mallory. Mallory out to center ice as Allen's Justin Young dumps it in. Metcalf plays behind his net as he'll bounce it to the corner. Allen gets back checked by Nilsson along the near side. He'll move it ahead to center, but it's regathered by the Americans. Massicott will drop it off for Finley. Finley skates neutral ice. Now move it ahead to Massicott left wing. Now left wing pass to Combs. He'll throw it to Finley. Left side. He'll take a shot. And it goes over Metcalf's head and off the glass. Grizzlies have a 2-on-1. Cameron Wright skates to the left side. He's over in the circle. Now he skates towards the middle. He collides with Parasini. The net gets dislodged. And let's see if there's a penalty on Wright for running into Parasini. Brian Gagnon was in the area, and that was a tough play by Gagnon. But Wright, as he was skating towards the right side, ended up cutting towards Gagnon. And Wright, unfortunately, wasn't able to get a shot off with 12:52 left in the second.
Yeah, Tyson, that was a good defensive play there by Gagnon for Allen.
Looked like Gagnon hit Wright, and then Wright went into Parasini. no penalty on the play, and there shouldn't have been because the momentum of the hit from Gagnon went on to right. Good defensive play by Gagnon. I got to say, Gagnon's taken the place of Bernard on that top line with Massacott. He's done a good job. And the thing with Ryan Gagnon tonight is he's really throwing his body around, one check after another for him. Draw's going to be near the Grizzlies bench at center ice, and it's won by Utah's. Bartley across to Pouncey, right wing, and he'll spin it around the boards. Sossman will spin it from one corner to the other as it's back to the near side. As Dylan Fitz delivers a hit as it goes back to Allen. Puck moves out to neutral ice as Liam Finley gets it. He'll throw it to the right side for Sossman. Sossman fires a shot. Saved by Metcalf in the butterfly position. Goes back to Combs on the left side. He'll ski around the net. Oh, he centers it out in front to Butcher, who couldn't handle it. Now the Grizzlies will get it. Dylan Fitz across the center ice, 3-on-2. Fitz gains the line. Skates towards the right circle. Take a shot on his blocked by Golly. As Fitz will roll it back to the left side. As Allen, Liam Finley drops it off. Utah pokes it back to the Allen, or pokes back to the Utah blue line. As Utah will get some skaters off the ice. Tyler Penner exits as Nielsen moves ahead to Fitz. It bounced off his stick. Parasini to the near side of his net will stop it and give it to Sosserman. So he'll throw it out to center ice as Allen gathers it. St. Crone skates towards the right side. He gets it poked away by Bryson Martin, who made a good defensive play. Hargrove feeds it back to the corner. Martin gets it. He'll throw it across to Corey Thomas. As Thomas will ricochet it out to center ice in the near side for Zach Sekos. Back to Thomas, who crosses the center ice logo, veers off to the left and dumps it into the corner. Chris Malari will move it ahead. Over to Colton Hargrove. As Allen will carry it out to center ice. Left wing pass to Crone. Crone skates towards his right. Drops it off for McCauley. Grizzlies good. The good poke check as Zach Sekos spins it back around. Martin around his net. Feed a rink-wide pass to Pfizer, who couldn't reach it. Is it going to be icing? Yes, it is on Utah with 11:18 left in the second. Make sure to follow the Grizzlies on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. I'm on Twitter at Tyson on Sports. Looks like a penalty is going to be called. No, wishful thinking, I guess. Grisby's over there entertaining the crowd in section 113. Grisby wearing the alternate jersey as well. Rumor has it the Grizzlies, for the first time at home, are going to wear that Colorado Avalanche-themed jersey that they wore a couple times on the road. That might be what the Grizzlies end up wearing tomorrow. Draw one by Allen. Robidoux shot gets blocked. Grizzlies will carry it out to neutral ice. Utah spins it around the boards. Pfizer on the right side. Collides in the corner. We got a fight. As it looked like Brandon Cutler wanted to fight. Now back to his feet. As Cutler's in a fight with Robidoux. Robidoux gets in two lefts. And Cutler drags down Robidoux to the ice. They want to continue to fight, but the linesmen step in. So Mikhail Robidoux and Brandon Cutler getting a fight with 11:06 left in the second period.
Well, Tyson, Brandon Cutler wasn't the guy I had on the bingo card to fight Robidoux. But that's
You
one
had
heck
Walker?
of a fight. He got a few good hits in there. And, I love that. Listen to the Maverik Center crowd. This might be the momentum changer that the Grizzlies needed to get them back in the game.
Yeah, he certainly hopes so with Allen nursing a 3-0 lead. It was away from the puck. They just started battling near the Grizzlies bench. The linesmen were in. Cutler and Robidoux just said, let us have it. Robidoux got in 3, 4, 5 lefts, and then Cutler threw a right and dragged Robidoux to the ice, and then Robidoux got back up and tried to connect on a couple lefts, but kind of missed as he was over the top of Cutler a little bit.
I think we got to give Brandon Cutler a lot of credit. I mean, he's not known for his fighting skills, but he did get a few good hits in there, and he held his own ground. And then, like I said before, this could be a big momentum changer.
If I remember right, I think Cutler had 1 or 2 fights with the Grizzlies last season. As team leaders for both teams, the Grizzlies captain Connor McDonald's out for the second straight game, so it's Jack Combs for Allen and Zach Sekos for Utah are talking with the two referees. I think the only question is that 5 minutes for fighting each, and we just keep playing 5-on-5, or is anybody else going to get a separate penalty to it? I imagine it's just going to be 5 for fighting either way.
Yeah, and the drawback for the Grizzlies on that is that you lose Brandon Cutler for 5 minutes. He's one of your most prolific scorers.
I saw the Allen Americans blog. I think one of the best blogs in the league is the Allen Americans blog, and they're talking about how Jackson Leopard had been in a couple fights, but he's too valuable a player to drop the gloves, on a consistent basis. I recommend the Allen Americans blog. It's one of the best things I read all year, especially when they're playing the Grizzlies. As looks like the conversation is now over as we have 11 minutes and 6 seconds left in the second period. Allen has outshot Utah 16-13. As you mentioned, can the Grizzlies get some momentum out of this thing? That's really the big question. As Allen leads 3-0. They won 4-1 on Wednesday night, as it is Heart Health Night here at Maverik Center and an AFCU Friday. Don't forget that Saturday night's going to be the series finale and the homestand finale for the Grizzlies. It'll be the last home game for the Grizzlies for a couple weeks. Get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com or call 801-988-8000. That's 801-988-8000. It's going to be Black History Night here at Maverik Center. A lot of fun stuff happening in and around the arena. Looks like it's just going to be Fight for Fighting, Cutler and Robidoux, and that's exactly what it is. It looks like Robidoux got 2 minutes for high sticking and Cutler got 2 minutes for roughing. And so we replay first down as the penalty's offset. Grizzlies in the offensive zone. Nilsson in the right point. Fires it towards the left side. Sorry, but shot and score! What a pass as the Grizzlies get on the board. Zach Sekos connects for the 9th time this season. But what a pass out in front. That might have been the Rooster, Jordan Martell, or Nilsson. Who threw that pass on the right side? It was Nilsson from the right side. Threw it to the left side for Sekos. Well, what a one-timer for Sekos. Just kind of glided over there and kind of let the pass do a lot of the momentum, carry the velocity to it. And just somehow as he was falling down, got it past Parasini. What a beautiful goal that was. As Utah gets on the board with 10:53 left in the second. Eugene Butler high-fives everybody in section 113 as the Grizzlies win the draws. They spin it over towards the near side. Nilsson will throw it to center as the Grizzlies look for Cameron Wright. Passes behind the mark. As Chris Mallory back behind his net. As Mallory will feed it over to the near side. It bounced off the stick of Jack Combs. As Grizzlies at center ice, Cameron Wright wraps it around the boards. Martell also gets an assist, as well as Nilsson on the Sekos goal. Action near the Grizzlies bench. Utah throws it behind Cameron Wright. Allen crosses center ice. As Butcher in the left point stops. They'll throw it across to the right side as Butcher gets hit pretty hard. Jack Combs on the right side skates to the far goal line. Tries to chip it out in front to Butcher. Bounced off a Grizzly onto Metcalf, who covers up with 10:03 left in the second. So Utah's goal was scored 9:07 in. Sekos gets his 9th of the season. Andrew Nilsson with his 24th assist. And Jordan Martell with his 15th assist of the season.
Well, Tyson, we talked about a potential momentum swing, and it didn't take long for the Grizzlies to take that momentum and cash in, and it's a full-on Zach attack. Zach Sekos in his first game back. He gets a goal, and now the Grizzlies are within 2.
And you talked about that momentum change. Maybe the fight did change momentum a little bit in the Grizzlies' favor. Off the draw, Allen with a shot, and it goes high off the glass. And that shot was taken by Massicott. Now Gagnon on the right side. Feed it over to Massicott, who takes a shot that bounced off the boards. Now Hargrove will bounce it off of Metcalf. Hargrove gets the puck back as he skates around the net. He's now on the right side. Trying to feather it out in front. It bounced off a Grizzly skate. Crone with a shot saved by Metcalf. Crone gets back to the left side. Looks to center it out in front to Hargrove, who was skating over to the other way to the bouncing puck as it goes to the right, the far corner. As Pouncey gets hit, another Grizzly gets it. Cam Strong feeds it across to Fitz at center ice. Fitz from the right wing dumps it in. As Utah chasing after it, goes back to Fitz on the right side. Trying to chip it out to the near goal line. The left side shot saved by Parasini. The shot was taken by Penner. He gets tripped up, and a penalty is going to be called on Gagnon. Delayed penalty. Grizzlies feed it out in front. Allen touches it up. Good effort by Tyler Penner on the left side, drawing a tripping penalty with 9:14 left in the second. And you can easily see the momentum change in this game. Now the Grizzlies have a power play as they look to cut it into the Allen lead some more. As the Americans lead 3-1.
Yeah, Tyson, the momentum is completely shifted in the Grizzlies' favor right now. And now they have a power play, a crucial chance for them to potentially pull within 1 in this game.
Well, Penner had a really good look from the left side, and then Parasini made the save, and then puck ended up in the corner. Penner skated over there, and Gagnon tripped him up.
Watch for Andrew Nilsson on this power play. He was instrumental in the Sekos goal. He's been a big factor on the power play all season long.
Sekos will take the face off. He's got Jamison to his left and Wright to his right. Up top is Taryn Pfizer and Andrew Nilsson. As the draw won by the Grizzlies, but it goes wide of Nilsson, who has to skate back in the Grizzlies zone to get it. Now Pfizer will move it out to center ice for Sekos, who drops it back off for Nilsson. Nilsson crosses center ice down the middle. Now drops off to right. Right skates down the middle. He gains the line to the left side. Stops along the boards, trying to get to Pfizer. Allen takes it away. Will bounce it up and Nilsson. It goes to neutral ice. Regathered by the Grizzlies. It's Taryn Pfizer. Will skate down the middle. Drop it off for Sekos. The Grizzlies spread the ice. Now Sekos skates towards the near side. He's at neutral ice. Before he crossed center, he dropped it off for Pfizer. Grizzlies patient with their approach here. Pfizer crosses center ice. Right wing pass to right. Right trying to get it back to Pfizer. Bounced off an American and rolls to the right corner. Getting it is Allen's Jack Combs, who clears it all the way out. Metcalf races all the way to the far corner to get it. Now feed it back to Nilsson. We're about halfway through the power play as Nilsson will throw it cross ice off the near boards for right. Right at center ice. Will drop it off for Pfizer. Now to Sekos. The Grizzlies want to enter the offensive zone with momentum. Sekos over to right, who gains the line. Right point. He gets hit. Pfizer gets it. He'll throw it up top for Nilsson. Andrew fakes a shot, skates in. He'll take a shot. Saved by Parasini. Rebound goes out to Jack Combs, who clears it out. We got a whistle, and Cameron Wright's going to get a penalty as Garrett Metcalf touches up the puck. Wright can't believe it, but he's going to get an interference minor, and that will do it for the Grizzlies' power play. Cameron Wright says, how? The interference is going to be the call. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 41 seconds, and then after that, Allen will have a power play. As Cutler and Ryder sitting in the penalty box, as Wright gets 2 minutes for interference. It looked like Allen was trying to clear it out. Looked like more of a cross-check than an interference call, but when we saw the replay, but guess that'll do it for the Grizzlies' power play.
Well, unfortunately for the Grizzlies, the power play is over, but now you've got a 4-on-4 where the ice is a little bit more open. See if the Grizzlies can take advantage of that.
Time of Cameron Wright's interference minor is 12:05 into the second period. As you mentioned, 4-on-4, we'll see if the ice opens up a little bit, and maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing for the Grizzlies, especially on the 4-on-4, to play aggressive here, knowing they'll be shorthanded after that. Draw is going to be in the near circle. Walker will take it against Abear, and it's won by Allen. Mascot left side will bounce off the boards. Grizzlies get it as Utah skates from left to right. As Grizz out to neutral ice. Bryce Smart will move it ahead. And looks like icing's on the Grizzlies as Martin was near center ice, but Colin Kleinendorf, the linesman, said he didn't cross center ice before dumping it in. Shots are pretty close to even. Allen 16 shots to the Grizzlies 15. Allen had a 13-10 edge in the first period in shots. So Allen has only taken 3 shots here in the first 12 and a half minutes of the second period. The Grizzlies have taken 5 shots here. Very few shots either way. As Allen wins the draw, Massacott skates towards his right, takes a shot, kick saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes out to the corner as Abear drops it off for Gavin Gould. Gould skates towards the point, being shadowed by Martin. Gould now to the right side, gets pushed by Martin, and it goes all the way back into the Allen zone. As Martin with a good shift will skate off the ice. Grizzlies will get 4 new skaters here. Middle game of a 3-game set. Both teams with identical records here through 41 games. Allen gains center ice. Gould collides with Shearer as Allen's not only back at full strength, but they're on the power play now. This goes out to center ice. Massacott will bounce over to Gavin Gould. Gould to the right side gains the line. He's surrounded by 4 Grizzlies. Gould gets tripped up by Penner, and the official spotted it. And so it's going to be a penalty on Tyler Penner, 2 minutes for tripping, and so the Americans are going to be 5-on-3 for 1:06. And there wasn't much the referee can do about it. It was a good call. He got tripped up, and Penner's going to the box. There's now 3 Grizzlies forwards in the penalty box, Wright, Penner, and Cutler.
Yeah, Tyson, and that's a bad time to take a penalty. You're down 2 goals in the game right now. And now you got to kill off a 5-on-3 for 1:06. But the Grizzlies' power penalty kill has been good. Hopefully they'll be up to the task here.
They're going to have to be good here. 5-on-3. Critical sequence in this game. Tyler Penner, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of penalty, 12:59 into the second period. As the draw won by the Grizzlies who clear it out. Parasine will stop it to the side of his net, and he'll move it quickly to Sosserman. Colton Sosserman, the former Idaho Steelhead, will feed it to the left side for Crone. Crone's an outstanding hockey player. Skate toward the corner. Back to Hargrove. Now to Sosserman in the high slot. He'll skate towards his right. Now to the far side as Allen gets it across to Finley. Back over to Combs. Back to Finley. Finley at the near goal line over to Combs. Now to Hargrove. Hargrove will bounce into the corner. Finley gets it. Finley up top for Hargrove. Now to Crone. He's on the left side. Back to Hargrove. Now across to Sosserman. Now to the far goal line for Combs. Back to Sosserman. One-timer saved by Metcalf. Grizzlies clear it out. Zach Sekos gets hit by Sossaman, and that's going to be a penalty. Interference is going to be the call as Zach Sekos, he was trying to clear it out, got hit by Sossaman. And so that will do it for the 5-on-3. There will be a 4-on-3 power play for 23 seconds. And then Wright will come out of the penalty box. We'll skate 4-on-4 for a little bit. And then Penner will come out of the box. And then the Grizzlies will have a power play. And then later on, Sossaman will be out of the box 2 minutes later or around then. There'll be a quiz on all that during the second intermission.
Well, it seems like the referees are trying to call this thing a bit tighter as things kind of got a little out of hand towards the end of the first period. So a lot of penalties here, and I think that sets a precedent going forward. So this game should be called pretty tightly for the rest of the way. For the Grizzlies, you got to find a way to stay out of the penalty box and take advantage of Allen taking penalties.
Time at Colton Sossaman's interference minor is 13:42 into the second period. Grizzlies win the draw, and they'll back it out because they're still shorthanded 4-on-3 as Victor Bartley back in his own zone. Now he'll sell it all the way around the far boards. Parasini couldn't cut it off as it glides to the near side. Jamison skates over there. Pass caught at neutralized. We'll move it ahead to Hargrove, who gains the line. Hargrove skates towards his right. He'll drop it off for Combs in the right point. Jack Combs back to Hargrove. He skates along the far goal line. Look to center it to Crone out in front. Sure takes it away and clears it out. Great play by James Schurz. Had a good game. As Parasini will glide it along the near boards. Wright's out of the penalty box. Are now skating 4-on-4. As Allen crosses center ice, now they gain the line. They'll chip it over to the right side. Allen veers into the far corner, gets over to Butcher. Butcher gets it poked away by Wright. Grizzlies will carry it out of the zone. They cross center. Aaron Tho will skate towards his left. He'll get it to Wright on the left side. Wright with a shot that goes just wide. Puck glides along the near boards. Hank Crone crosses center. Crone will gain the line. He's got Butcher cutting behind him. Crone feeds it over to the right side. Shot saved by Metcalf. Crone gets taken away by Tho. Tho skates along the far side. He'll feed it to the slot for Wright. Wright will bounce it off the boards near Utah's bench to Pfizer. But Pfizer's offside as he tried to time the puck coming off the boards and him entering in the zone. But offside is the call with 5:11 left in the second. Penner will come out of the box in 10 seconds. And then after that, the Grizzlies will have a power play of 43 seconds. See, I paid attention in math class.
Well, it's paying off here. He had a lot of penalties in the last couple of minutes.
Kind of like the second period of that Guns N' Hoses game we saw last Saturday.
That's
so many
right.
penalties in the second
I
period
think there
there.
were more penalties in that game than shots on goal. Seems like every 5 seconds a guy was getting a penalty in that game. Ended up being really fun, though.
Guns ended up winning both games, both charity games. Second one was a 1-goal contest. Guns ended up winning 6-5. Draws near the Allen bench. 5:11 left in the second period. The Americans lead 3-1. Allen wins the faceoff as Allen at their blue line will bounce it off the boards at center ice, taken by Sekos. Penner's out of the box, and the Grizzlies will start a power play. Penner skates towards the bench, and he'll come out. Grizzlies get over to Andrew Nilsson, back to Sekos. As Sekos crosses center ice, now he skates down the middle. Sekos will veer out to the left point. Sekos now in the left circle, he's all alone. Toe drag, shot, and it goes wide. Bounced off the glass, Allen gets it and clears it out. Sekos had plenty of room, but just missed it high as he was trying to go top shelf on Parasini. Nilsson will throw it back to the corner. As Sekos, wearing an A on his sweater, skates down the middle. The former Clarkson University product. He gains center ice and drops off for Pfizer. Pfizer crossed the center ice logo, skates down the middle. He gets it poked away. As Bethune will throw it back towards Metcalf, who will outlet it out to center ice. Sossaman gets it right out of the penalty box. He'll throw it to Combs, who skates down the middle. Combs gets dragged by Martin. Penalty is going to be called on Bryson Martin as the Grizzlies touch it up with 4:08 left in the second period. So just like that, Allen's going to be back on a power play when we come back in 1 minute. The Americans lead the Grizzlies 3-1. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey presented by Rio Tinto.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, Surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them, like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
The Americans lead the Grizzlies 3-1, 4:08 left in the second period. Bryson Martin gets 2 minutes for high sticking. He's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Time and penalty 15:52 in. Allen scored 2 goals in the first period. Liam Finley, 11:57 in. Hank Crone, 18:44 in. The Americans made it a 3-0 game as Zachary Massicott scored 4:54 in. Grizzlies got on the board, 9:07 in. Even strength as Zach Sekos connected on a one-timer from the left circle on a pass from Andrew Nilsson. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, also with an assist. We've seen a ton of special teams here in the second period. A lot of penalties being called. As Utah wins the face-off, they spin it to the right side. Allen keeps it in the offensive zone as Liam Finley, who's already got a goal tonight and 2 this weekend, as he gets over to Sossaman, back to Chrome. He's just outside the left circle. He feeds it across to Hargrove. Now Sossaman fires towards the net. It gets blocked. We get a whistle. We get another penalty as Metcalf lost his balance. Who's going to be on? Oh, it's going to be on Utah. Looks like Bartley's going to get a penalty. He was skating towards the penalty box. Robidoux and Cutler are coming out of the penalty box. They're done with their fighting majors. But the penalty looks like it's going to be on Bartley. Maybe. It might be on Allen. No, it's
Victor Bartley.
Victor Bartley goes to the box. He joins Bryson Martin in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Allen's got a guy in the box as well. I think that might be a miscalculation. Allen's going to have a 5-on-3 power play for 1:38 seconds. I am really looking forward to your intermission report because you know what? There's a lot to report there. The penalties itself might take up half the intermission time.
Tyson, I think you're right. This is starting to look like that second period of that Guns N' Hoses game that we saw where it's just one penalty after another. Now the Grizzlies have to kill off another 5-on-3.
Grizzlies win the draw. They bounced it off of Kleinendorf, the linesman. Allen was able to keep it in because of a redirection as Grizzlies trying to clear it out. Allen in the near corner. Finley will throw it across to Combs. Back to Finley. Back to Combs, who's behind the goal line. Now back to Finley in the near side. Finley throws it up top for Hargrove. Now across to Sossaman. Sossaman fakes it to Combs. Now to Hargrove. Back to Finley on the left side. Over to Hargrove. Will take a one-timer. On a bounce off the stick of Garrett Metcalf and flies out of play. 1:11 left in the 5-on-3 situation and 3:19 left in the second. Allen still leads 3-1. Bartley's penalty was closing hand on puck. As the puck ended up high, and Bartley might just thought he was a baseball player for a second and just snatched it. That's the penalty.
I've seen a few baseball-type moves from the Grizzlies here. One earlier from Tho, and I guess now Bartley.
Well, we'll see. Well, as Allen wins the face-off, Hargrove with a shot banned on it. Grizzlies move it ahead. Grizzlies cross center ice. Keaton Jamison. I tried to find Sure cutting in front of the net. The pass went behind him. Allen comes back the other way. Hargrove crosses center ice. He'll skeet towards the left circle. Over to the right side. One-timer by Finley goes wide. Metcalf's on his side. He gets back to his feet. Hargrove over to Combs. He's on the right side now across to Finley. Finley on the left side. Up top for Shearer. He's in the slot. Make that Chrome. Now to Hargrove. Hargrove over to Sossaman. Sossaman throws to the near side for Finley. Finley back to Combs behind the net. Now back to Finley in the near side. Finley over to Chrome, but it goes past him to Hargrove. Now to Sossaman right side. Sossaman fakes a shot. He'll throw it to the far goal line for Chrome. Chips out in front to Chrome. He takes a shot and he scores. As Combs found Chrome out in front of the net. And with 2:32 left in the second, Allen has extended the lead. It's now a 4-1 game. Chrome gets his second of the game and 22nd goal of the season. Boy, Allen very patient with their approach with a lot of talented forwards. They just waited for the right opportunity. They weren't interested in getting a good quantity there on the 5-on-3. They were looking for that perfect look, and they got it.
Yeah, Tyson, you mentioned that patience. It was a methodical approach. And the Americans get the puck down below the goal line and center that in. It's just a really good play. And 5-on-3, it's a difficult task for the Grizzlies to kill. They did it earlier, just weren't able to get it done here.
So Martin's out of the penalty box. He's on the ice now as Allen still is on the power play for the next 40 seconds. They lead 4-1. Zachary Massicott will drop it off for Jack Combs or make that Gavin Gould who crosses center ice. Gould over to Hebert. Hebert to the left side gets hit by Pfizer. Puck ends up back in the left point as Mascot gets it across to Butcher. Butcher dances around to throw it back just outside the right circle as the Americans will get it over to Butcher. Butcher dishes it back to the slot for McCauley. Now to Gold. Gold on the left side, back over to McCauley. One-timer, and it goes high off the glass. Puck goes to the right side. Butcher collides with Tho. Pfizer gets it, a ricochet off the far glass, goes over the head of Mascot and out of play as it ends up in the Grizzlies bench with 1:51 left in the second and 5 seconds left in the Allen power play. The details of the Allen goal scored 17:28 in. Hank Crone gets his second of the game and 22nd of the season. Jack Combs and Colton Sauceman with the assists. Haven't seen the Rooster Jordan Martell since he got hit in the second period. As the draw won by Utah, they're in their own zone as Nielsen will sell it out across. As Grizzlies are back at full strength, no icing as Bartley will skate towards the bench. As Allen will feed it towards the right side. Fitz fanned on it as he was looking for a one-time attempt. Goes to Grant Hebert as the Americans spread the ice with a 3-goal lead. Hebert, who's born in Canada, will throw it out to the center ice logo for Penner. Penner gets the puck, skating 2-on-5. He'll skate towards the left point as he gains the offensive line. Spins it around as Fitz gets hit behind Allen's net. Over to the right corner. Grizzlies will skate around. Cam Strong skates along the goal line. Shot save. Rebound. Shot saved by Parasini. Puck still in play. Allen gets it off the rebound. Penner took the second shot as it goes to the left point. Now Allen will cross center ice 2-on-2. Chad Butcher gains the offensive line. Drops it out for Gould. Gould gets pushed along the wall by Andrew Nilsson. Grizzlies get it as Dylan Fitz over there. Nilsson gets hit. No call as the Grizzlies will lift it into the Allen zone. Fans thought a penalty should have been called as Nilsson went to the ice in the Grizzlies zone. Sauceman to the far side. Will chip it out to center ice. Grizzlies gather it as Utah will throw it back to neutral ice. Zach Sekos crosses center as he gets back checked by Young. Gets divorced from the puck. We get a whistle. That's going to be a penalty on Justin Young, I believe, as he hooks Zach Sekos as Sekos was trying to cross into the offensive zone. 37.8 seconds are left in the second period. And the Grizzlies are going to go back on the power play. 2 minutes for hooking. Robidoux is going to be the one to go to the box.
Well, Tyson, after the Grizzlies found themselves in their own penalty trouble, now it's the Americans' turn.
I think they got the wrong guy. I think it probably should have been Young as they show the replay, but Robidoux is the one that got the call. Both guys were near Sekos.
Either way, it's a power play chance.
Robidoux thinking, you got to be kidding me. What did I do? As the draw won by the Grizzlies. As Cutler will throw it over to Nilsson on the left side. Nilsson back to the left side for Wright. Now trying to get it across to Cutler. It bounced off of Wright. Back to Pfizer. Now behind the net. Grizzlies trying to chip it back to Pfizer on the far corner. Now up top for Nilsson. Andrew on the left side gets it across to Cutler. 20 seconds left in the period. Cutler throws to the near goal line. As the Grizzlies, Jamison throws it to Cutler. Cutler on the right side, just outside the circle. Now up top for Nilsson. Nilsson with the lefty shot. Saved by Parasini. Rebound goes out to the far side for Pfizer. Now up top for Nilsson. Chips it to Cutler. Cutler. 3 seconds left in the period. Cutler takes a shot himself, and it's blocked. And that will do it for the period as Colton Sauceman blocked the shot from Cutler. As with time running out, he just had to fire something towards the net. Sauceman slow to get to his feet as he's on one knee right now. Cutler obviously didn't want to hurt him, but he obviously had to fire something towards the net, and Sauceman was right in front of him. So that will do it for 2 minutes of, that'll do it for 2 periods here as Allen leads 4-1. Good luck to Guy Chiarenza here during the intermission to recap all the scoring and penalties in this second period. And we'll find out what Guy thought about the first 2 periods of play when we come back in 2 minutes. It's the Rio Tinto Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. Allen leads 4-1. Both teams had 5 scoring chances in the second period. It's the Americans that outscored the Grizzlies 2-1 in the second period. Well, Guy, how do you possibly unpack the first 2 periods here at Maverik Center tonight?
Well, Tyson, there was a lot to unpack.
Good luck.
I think we'll start with the first period. Oh, boy, here we go. Okay, so it started out with Liam Finley getting his 20th goal of the season. Grizzlies coughed it up in their own zone, and the Americans made a good cross-crease pass, and Finley was there all wide open. And so he puts that in. That was assisted by Aver and Gold. So it was a 1-0 Allen lead, and then later on, towards the end of the period, 18:44 in, was Hank Crone on a breakaway, scoring his 21st of the year, and that was assisted by Butcher. So that made it a 2-0 game going into the locker room. And shots after the first period were 13-10 in favor of Allen. You go to the second period, and this is where things get a lot more interesting and a lot more complicated, really. The Americans, 4 minutes and 54 seconds into the period, Massacott scores his 6th of the season. That was assisted by Crone and Hargrove, and that made it a 3-0 hockey game. But there was a shift. There was momentum shift there, and it was a guy you wouldn't really expect to drop the gloves. It was Brandon Cutler and Robidoux fighting. Each guy got 5 minutes for fighting. But really, that was a momentum shift, and it changed the game for the Grizzlies because later on after that, not much longer after that, really about maybe a minute or so, less than a minute.
Oh, 17. It was like 13 seconds.
13 seconds. It was Zach Sekos, the Zach attack in his first game back from injury. He gets his 9th of the season, 9:07 into the second period. That was assisted by Nielsen and Martel, and that made it a 3-1 game. And then after that, both teams found themselves a little bit of penalty trouble. I could go over every single one, but I'm not going to save us time so we can talk a little bit about other things in this intermission report. But after 2 periods, Utah is 0 for 5 on the power play. Allen is 1 for 5 because 17 minutes and 28 seconds into the period, it was Hank Crone again, getting his 22nd of the year, and that was assisted by Combs and Saucerman. And that was a power play goal that made it 4-1, 17-28 into the period. And so that's where we stand. Second intermission, it's 4-1 Allen. Shots are 22-18 in favor of the Americans. Tyler Penner leads the Grizzlies in shots with 3 throughout 2 periods. Garrett Metcalf has looked solid in this game, but unfortunately the Americans are taking a very methodical approach to this game, and every shot that they take is a quality opportunity.
Hank Crone already tonight has 2 goals and 1 assist. Looks like he's the only one with a multiple-point game, as Allen has really distributed the scoring a little bit, but Hank Crone probably the number 1 star tonight, unless the Grizzlies come back in this one. If you think about the penalties, I mean, I do think there was an interesting 2-penalty sequence there that gave Allen a 5-on-3 power play, as Bryson Martin got a high sticking minor, 15:52 in, and then Victor Bartley got 2 minutes for closing the hand on the puck as Allen fired the puck into traffic. There was about 4 or 5 bodies in front of the net, and apparently Victor Bartley thought he was a first baseman, loved it, and held on to it. And, you know, it's just one of those things, the reaction thing. Before you know it, the puck's in your glove, and if you don't get rid of it soon enough, then, you know, they're going to call a penalty on it. And they did. They gave Allen a 5-on-3 power play. You mentioned the methodical approach. Allen just kind of worked the puck from side to side. It was almost like a box and one thing where they had 2 guys at the goal line, 1 on each side, then 2 guys up top of the circle, and then they had 1 guy kind of roaming in the middle. They just kept working the puck around from side to side. They eventually got it to where Crone was in front of the net, and Combs just fed it out in front to him. And Crone, had a good look right there out in front. And really the toughest thing there wasn't the shot as much as it was the pass getting it there. And obviously with a 5-on-3, you get Utah out of position even just a little bit, force that thing in, and before you know it, you got a goal. Hank Crone really has been outstanding tonight, and Jack Combs does a great job distributing the puck. He had 2 assists last night, and he's got 1 assist tonight. Colton Sossman blocked a shot at the very end of the second period. There's a couple injuries that accumulated. We have not seen Xavier Bernard since he went out 1 minute into the game. And Ryan Gagnon has really stepped up and played well for the Americans in his absence, on the same line with Zachary Massicott, who's got a goal and is a +2 tonight. And then Jordan Martell, on one of the power plays, he got hit behind the nets, behind Allen's net, and looked like he suffered an upper body injury. Hopefully he's okay and won't be out of the lineup for too much. Grizzlies did get back Zach Sekos and Johnny Walker, and Sekos obviously scored the goal on the one-timer from the left circle on the Nilsson pass, 9:07 in. Walker's been sprinkled in a little bit, but he hasn't played nearly as much as Sekos. Grizzlies without Dakota Raby for the second straight game as he's got an upper body injury. And then Martell looked like he got an upper body injury, and we'll obviously check to see in the third period if he ends up coming back in the game. But, yeah, it's just one of those things. All the penalties added up and kind of took away the flow of the game. Otherwise, it seemed like the Grizzlies there for the middle portion of the second period had the momentum after the Cutler fight and then scoring the goal 13 seconds later. And that got the crowd into it a bit. And it is a good Friday night crowd here tonight. And then Allen was able to get the momentum back. If nothing else, then just so many penalties were called that it was tough for anybody to get momentum.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And you talk about the flow of the game. The penalties really killed it. I mean, the Grizzlies had all the momentum in the world after they got that fight. And then they went and they scored the goal, and the crowd was roaring. Everything was looking in the Grizzlies' favor. They were only down by 2. And then they found themselves in some penalty trouble. And after that, the game really slowed down. There wasn't as many odd man rushes. Every team, it seems like every second of the second period, we were on a 5-on-3 situation or a power play or a 4-on-5 penalty kill. It was always something. And so
4-on-4.
Yeah, the Grizzlies never were able to get something really going after that. And I think it really killed the momentum after that goal. And now you think about Allen having a 4-1 lead. It's going to be tough for the Grizzlies to come back and win this game. I'm not going to count them out, but it's going to be very difficult.
Allen is 7-2 in their last 9 games, and they're playing good hockey, and that's going to be tough considering it's a 3-goal deficit. The Grizzlies really going to have to be ultra aggressive, get one early in the third period, and see if the officials continue to call it tightly. Remember, the Grizzlies are going to be on the power play the first minute 23 of the third period, so Grizzlies going to have to be ultra aggressive offensively, and really for Allen, they're probably just going to try to slow everything down and use the clock to their advantage.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think the Americans in this game have done a really good job of just being very methodical in their approach. Like I said earlier, they were methodical on that 5-on-3 power play goal for Crone, and they've really been doing that all game long, where whenever they have possession, it's pretty tough to take the puck away from them, and they're just really good at getting quality chances on net. They move the puck very well, and they take those dangerous shots that sometimes they just sneak behind the goaltender, and sometimes that's the difference in a game. And so in a game like this, I thought that it was pretty evenly played for the most part, but the Americans, they were just able to slip them by, and the Grizzlies haven't been able to connect on their opportunities.
When we come back, we'll give you some scores from around the world of sports as Allen leads 4-1 here in the second intermission. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. and I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. Allen leads Utah 4-1. Grizzlies will be on the power play the first minute 23 of the third period. Some other scores from around the league. Looks like they've all gone final except for this one. Newfoundland defeats Maine 3-1. Adirondack over Reading 5-2. Jacksonville is a 3-1 winner over Florida. 12 Riviera defeats Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admiral 7-4. South Carolina defeats Worcester 3-2. We had mentioned in the first intermission that Quinn Ryan is Worcester's leading scorer. He had 1 assist in the Worcester loss. South Carolina's had a bounce-back season after struggling last year. Iowa over Wheeling 2-1. Toledo defeats Kansas City 5-1. Both the Grizzlies and Americans are rooting against Kansas City, as obviously both clubs are battling with Kansas City for a potential playoff spot. Utah and Allen are currently tied with 39 standings points. Kansas City has 41. So the winner of tonight's game is tied with Kansas City for 4th place in the Mountain Division. In a shootout, Orlando defeats Savannah 7-6 in a really high-powered game. The Grizzlies will actually face both teams in the month of February, as the Grizzlies will face the Savannah Ghost Pirates on February 17th. Then the Grizzlies will be at Allen for a 2-game series on February 19th and 20th. So that'll be a lot of fun. Savannah gets their 13th win of Orlando gets the victory. Savannah gets a standing point, 7-6, the final score there. Cincinnati shuts out Indy 3-0. Fort Wayne over Kalamazoo 4-2. Idaho defeats Tulsa 4-3. Idaho scored the first 4 goals of the game. Tulsa scored 3 unanswered in the final 7 minutes of regulation. In fact, Tulsa actually scored 3 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get back in the game, overcoming a 4-0 deficit. They scored the 3 goals in 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but Idaho holds on to a 4-3 victory. Remy Poirier gets the victory in net for Idaho, stopping 29 of 32, while Tulsa's Daniel Manella picks up the loss. So Idaho extends their lead in first place by 2 more standings points. Tomorrow will begin an interesting 2-game series between the Wichita Thunder and Rapid City Rush. But Guy Chiarenza, you think about the Mountain Division standings. I mean, Rapid City right now, they're off tonight, has 41 standings points. Kansas City lost this evening, so they're at 39 points. And whoever wins this game tonight will end up in 4th place in the Mountain Division standings with 41 points and actually be tied for 3rd with Rapid City. And it looks like right now the Grizzlies need a comeback, or it's going to be the Allen Americans to win those first 2 games of this series. And, Guy, that's what makes this homestand big, and really that's what makes the 3-game series when Allen is here later on in the month of February. That's what makes that such a critical series. As the Grizzlies, when it comes down to it, may end up battling teams like Allen and Kansas City for a playoff spot.
Yeah, Tyson. And I was talking to Tommy Daniels earlier, the Allen broadcaster, and we both agreed that the Mountain Division is the tightest division out of all of the divisions in the league. You've got 6 really good teams fighting for 4 playoff spots in one division. 4 out of those 6 are going to make it. And I think, when you think about these games with the Grizzlies and the Americans here, I think the winner has a really good shot of making the playoffs because these 2 teams, they're neck and neck. You mentioned earlier that they have identical records coming into this game. And so these points are huge going down the stretch.
Grizzlies will be home for a lot of games here in the second half of the season, but so will the Allen Americans, who have been on the road for about as often as the Grizzlies have been on the road. This is already the 25th road game of the 42 played by Allen that's been away from their home. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll have third period action as Allen leads Utah 4-1. But remember, the Grizzlies are going to be on the power play for the first minute 23 of this third period. This is the Rio Tinto Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. Allen leads 4-1. The Grizzlies are on the power play for the first minute and 23 as Mikael Robidoux got 2 minutes for hooking, 19-22 into the second period. And, Guy, the Grizzlies probably need to score on this power play to get things jump-started down by 3 here going into the third.
Yeah, Tyson, I think it's really important that the Grizzlies do come out and score on this power play and cut this lead to 2. It's a really good chance that they're giving here to start the period on the power play. So if they're going to have any hope of coming back in this game, they have to score.
Hank Crone already has 2 goals and 1 assist tonight. No other Allen American has more than 1 point, so they've really balanced up their scoring attack. Allen is 1 for 5 on the power play. Utah is 0 for 5, so Utah is 0 for 9 so far on the power play in this series. They went 0 for 4 on Wednesday. To start the third period, it's going to be Brandon Cutler, Zach Sekos, and Cameron Wright, as well as Taryn Pfizer and Andrew Nilsson. Garrett Metcalf is in net. He has stopped 18 of 22 so far. Luke Parasini for Allen has stopped 17 of 18.
Well, Tyson, I think it's huge that the Grizzlies win this opening face-off because if they lose it, then Allen has the opportunity to play it back into their own zone and kill some time, which would really put a hamper on the Grizzlies' chances to come back in this game if they're trying to score on this power play. So big draw coming up here.
Looks like Cutler's going to take the face-off. He's talking with Zach Sekos now. Jared Bethune, a defenseman who's also played some forward for Allen, is going to take the face-off for the Americans. As the puck at center ice is dropped and we're underway. Grizzlies skating from right to left as we see it from high atop section 114 as Allen gets the puck. Sossaman will roll it in. So Sossaman back in after blocking a shot at the very end of the second period. Nilsson gathers it. He'll skate down the middle. Nilsson still in the Grizzlies zone. He'll skate out to neutral ice. Now dropping off for Pfizer. Pfizer in the Grizzlies zone gets neutral ice. He drops off at the Utah blue line to Sekos. Now to the right side for Wright. He gets across to Sekos down the middle. Bounced off a Sekos stick and rolls towards the end boards. Sekos spins it to the point, but nobody was there. So Andrew Nilsson back in the Grizzlies zone will have to retreat and get it. He'll skate along the middle portion of the ice. He'll throw it to the right side for Wright. Across to Cutler, who skates down to the left side. Cutler skates towards the corner. He'll rip it around the boards. Combs cuts it off, and he'll clear it out. 30 seconds left in the Grizzlies power play. They've yet to take a shot on Luke Parasini here in the third. As Sekos drops off to Bartley as the Grizzlies make a line change. Now back to Sekos, who's being double shifted. Actually, Bartley just replaced Nilsson. Everybody else is the same as Sekos gains the line, gets divorced in the puck. Now Chad Butcher loses it center ice. Cutler takes it. Cutler skates around the Grizzlies logo at center ice. Now he's on the left side. He'll skate towards the corner. He'll chip it off the stick of Gagnon. Gagnon battles it, hits off the boards. Jamison gets knocked down. Grizzlies feed it up top to Bartley. Back over to Jamison. Allen's back at full strength as Jamison throws it to Cutler. Cutler throws to the right point. Nobody's there as it goes deep in the Grizzlies zone as Allen makes a line change. Metcalf to the far side of his net will chip it to the near side for Bartley. Victor will move it ahead to center ice. The puck bounces over the stick of Kobe McCauley and goes all the way down for an icing with 18-19 left in the third. Well, for the Grizzlies, we're hoping for some chances there on the power play, and They didn't really get any there.
Yeah, Tyson, I think they really struggled on those zone entries. Got to give credit to Allen. They were doing a really good job of standing them up at the blue line. I think if you're the Grizzlies right now, I think you just need to settle down. I know the time is against you, but you need to settle the puck down, play with confidence. The puck has been bouncing around a lot. Just settle the puck down and play your game.
Martell got hurt in the second period, but he's back out there for this shift here in the third. So Martell's back in the lineup. And Strong will take the face off, and it's won by Utah. Shearer gets it across to Bartley. There's Johnny Walker out in the ice as well. They were looking for Bartley at neutral ice. McCauley picked it off. McCauley skates down the middle. Now he veers off to the left circle. Walker takes it away. Walker skates near the Grizzlies bench. He'll dump it in. Martell in the corner. He collides with Sossaman. Martell now behind the net. He gets it taken away by Hargrove. Hargrove gets hit by Walker. Puck goes back over to Allen. So bouncing off of the Rooster, and it goes out to neutral ice. Now Martell gets it back. He'll skate towards his left at neutral ice, and he'll drive it around the boards. Parasini cuts it off behind his net as the Grizzlies will make a line change. They'll get 3 fresh forwards on the ice. As Allen moves to neutral ice, as Hank Crone, already a great game. He's on hat trick watch. Will gain the line. He'll skate towards the left circle, take a lefty shot. Glove save, or a save by Metcalf, and he gathers it and holds on. 2.5 minutes into the third period. Allen still leads 4-1, but a really good move by Hank Crone, getting himself an open look on the left side, really creating his own shot. Well, he's been an impressive player every time the Grizzlies have faced him this season.
Yeah, Tyson, he really is a good player. He makes some really great moves. His puck handling skills are phenomenal, but a great save there by Metcalf.
Crone played at Northern Michigan University as the Grizzlies win the draw. Corey Thomas on the far side will spin it towards the point. Allen picks it up, but it rolls back to Penner. Penner dishes out to the center ice for Fitz, who crosses the red line and dumps it in. As Grizzlies Cam Strong over to Bryce Martin, who gets hit by Robidoux. And Martin loses the puck as Robidoux gets it. He'll move it out to neutral ice, but Thomas gets it and will bounce it off the far boards. Massacott, who scored a second period goal, will skate back towards his goal line on the far side. He'll fake a pass now, move it ahead as the Americans will cross center ice. As Abear skates down the middle, now drop it off to the left side for Gould. Gould gets around Fitz. Will take a sharp angled shot that bounced off a glove and goes back over to Abear. He'll feed it to Gagnon, who dumps it in. Delayed offside, gathered by Martin. Allen makes a line change. 16:45 and counting left in the third. Allen still leads 4-1. Pfizer throws it to the left side for Wright. Wright skates in. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Parasini. Rebound goes out to Utah. Cutler on the left side. Cutler dishes across to Pfizer. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Parasini, and he holds on. And after the whistle out in front of the net, Ryan Gagnon collided with Cameron Wright. As Pfizer had a good look from the right side, and even though they haven't really scored a goal together tonight, even though they did get the goal in the second period, though, with Sekos being on the ice, that three-man unit does work well together. Cutler, Pfizer, and Sekos.
Yeah, Tyson, I like the chemistry that I've seen between those three throughout the course of this game. I think they're only going to get better as time goes on. And, hey, look for that line to be instrumental if the Grizzlies come back and win this game.
Looks like in the third period they've taken Sekos and traded places with Wright. Looks like Wright's been on that line in the third period with Pfizer and Cutler. Ryan Knauswitz trying to see if he can find the right combinations. Grizzlies win the draw. Cutler with a backhand shot, and it's blocked by Mallory's stick. Puck goes to the near side. Mallory gets tripped up. No call on the play. Grizzlies feather it out in front to Pfizer. Allen cuts in front of them. Now Wright will drift it to the left point. Shearer glides it over towards Cutler. Allen takes it away. Shearer tries to hold the line. It goes out to neutral ice. Cutler regathers it. He'll skate down the middle. He gets triple teamed, and Allen takes the puck away. Liam Finley will drop it back off for Sossaman, who will ice the puck. Metcalf raises his arm, and so does the linesman. As icing's on the Americans with 15 minutes and 59 seconds left in regulation. It's the second of a three-game series. Don't forget, tomorrow night is going to be Black History Night here at Maverik Center. A lot of fun stuff happening in and around the arena. I'm going to go to the Grizzlies team store tomorrow, see if I can get some of that gear that is going to be at the team store, special for tomorrow. Go to UtahGrizzlies.com or call 801-988-8000 to get your tickets for Black History Night here at Maverik Center. As the Grizzlies will have the draw in the right circle of the offensive zone. Face-off won by Utah. It's Pouncey. Will feed it to the right side as Jamison spins along the wall. Walker behind the net gets held up by Sossaman. As now it goes back to the left side. Martell shot saved by Parasini, who's played a solid game. Rebound goes out to Sossaman. He'll skate towards the near side, dropping off for Finley. Finley will cross center ice, and he'll dump it into the corner as Finley will come off the ice for a change. Puck goes back behind the net. Pouncey will drift it to Walker on the far side. Johnny will lift it out to center ice. It bounces past Gagnon. Martell chases over there. No icing as Gagnon will feed it across to Massacott. Mascot will station himself behind Parasini as the Grizzlies make a full line change about 5 minutes into the third period. As Allen crosses center ice, as Young will dump it into the far corner. Allen gets it skating from left to right. They try to feather it out in front, and there was just too much occupying the side. Now Hargrove, right wing shot, saved by Metcalf. Now Young with a shot out in front, saved by Metcalf again. And Garrett holds on with 15:03 left in the third.
A couple good saves there from Metcalf. I think he's been pretty sharp in this game. I want to see the Grizzlies come out with a little bit more emotion here, a little bit more urgency. Still 15 minutes left to play, but there's no time to sit back and relax.
Trotsky in the left circle. And it's won by Utah's Dylan Fitzel bouncing off the far glass. It bounces at center ice. Justin Young looking for the bouncing puck, but it glided off his stick. Cam Strong gains the blue line and dumps it in as Parasino will feed it over to the far side. Bryson Martin cuts it off on the right point. He'll throw it across the Though fakes a shot. Now he'll take one. Saved by Parasini. Rebound out in front. Grizzlies looking for it as Bethune battles. Bethune takes the puck. He'll lift it high into the air as it bounces in the Grizzlies zone. Metcalf will let Martin play it. No icing as Allen makes a full line change 5.5 minutes into the third. Though at center ice as Martin gets blasted by Robidoux. Puck goes back to Martin at center ice, the former Sabre draft pick. His pass is picked off by Hebert. Hebert skates down the middle, take a lefty shot, and he scores. And this baby's in the refrigerator as Allen leads 5-1 with 14:20 left in the third. Hebert now has a goal in back-to-back games, and he has 4 in the season, and this is 11th game with the Americans.
Well, Tyson, this is one that Bryson Martin is going to want to have back. He just ends up turning the puck over in the neutral zone, and the Americans take it, and they don't look back. And it's Hebert that goes 5-hole on Metcalf, and now it's a 5-1 game.
Americans have outshot the Grizzlies 26-24. The Americans played great hockey here at Maverik Center in this series. They won 4-1 on Wednesday night. After a day off yesterday, the Americans now lead 5-1. Grizzlies win the draw as Martin gets it across to Cutler. Cutler left wing will skate over the offensive line, skate to the corner. He'll take a shot that goes wide. Puck glides along the far boards. Nilsson at center ice will throw it back to Shearer. Shearer will get it to center ice for Pfizer. Skates down the middle, surrounded by 4 Americans. Pfizer drops off for Cutler. Left wing shot goes wide. Sosserman might have gotten a piece of it. Nilsson in the right point. We'll dump it back to the corner. Grizzlies glove it and drop it. Cutler tries to feed the middle. Bounced off of Hebert. Americans come back the other way. It's Gavin Gould. Skates down the middle, throw it to Crone. Crone's on hat trick watch, centers it over to Hebert. Takes a shot, saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes to the far side. Sure battles with Hebert. Grizzlies poke it ahead to Pfizer. Turn Pfizer across the center ice right wing. He'll bounce it off an American and it rolls to the left corner. Deep in the American zone. As Mallory gets it across. Utah looking to take the puck away, but Allen keeps it. Now they move it out to neutralize. Allen with a backhand pass to the left wing. They'll skate in. Hargrove looks to center it. Grizzlies get a stick in the way. Good play by Bartley. That's right. Neutralize will skate back into his own zone as he gets back checked by Hargrove. As McCauley delivers a big hit on right. Allen moves it ahead as they skate towards the right side. As Crone tries to feather it out in front. And it bounces off of Grizzly and Kyle Pouncey. Big time hit at the Utah blue line, and it's Martels. He got hit by Hargrove. Now left wing Pouncey with a shot that's blocked by Mallory. Now Grizzlies hacking in front. Jameson's shot saved by Parasini. Puck goes behind the net. Utah battling near the corner as Hargrove gets it. He's a physical player along with a good score. He turns the puck over. Bartley in the slot takes a lefty shot saved by Parasini. Rebound goes to Massacon, who skates the puck around the net. And now after the whistle, we get some pushing and shoving, and Kobe McCauley shoves a Grizzly towards the ice, and it's Cameron Wright. So McCauley shoved Wright down to the ice with 12:34 left in the third. Time out on the ice. Allen leads 5-1. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
12:34 left in the third period. Allen leads 5-1. Looks like Cameron Wright's in the penalty box, and looks like an Allen American is in there as well, and that might be Colby McCauley. They're singing Sweet Caroline here at Maverik Center. I don't remember this always being like a fixture at sporting events, and I think the Boston Red Sox started this tradition. It doesn't seem like you can go a sporting event wherever you are, in whatever sport it is, without hearing Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, I remember back in 2015, that Panthers Super Bowl year, they were doing it. And ever since then, I think everybody's been doing it.
Now they're going to sing YMCA, which has been around for a long time at sporting events.
And they go back-to-back with the classics here.
It's been a tough night for the Grizzlies, and really been a tough series, which is considering how well they played against Rapid City. Looks like 4 minutes for Colby McCauley for roughing and 2 minutes for Cameron Wright. So it looks like the Grizzlies should get a 2-minute power play out of this. Wright gets 2 minutes and McCauley 4. As I think we'll skate. Let's say we're going to skate 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then Wright comes out of the box and the Grizzlies will have a power play. I think it's going to be the scenario.
Well, this could end up being to the Grizzlies' benefit if that is the case. As I mentioned before, that 4-on-4 wide open ice could do the Grizzlies some good because the Americans are really good at using every inch of the ice to their advantage. So you open that up a little bit, use some speed, and that could be just what the Grizzlies need. And then you get that power play after. Could change things.
Well, the Grizzlies right now have 5 on the ice to Allen's 4. So looks like the Grizzlies, unless somebody's going into the box to represent Wright, looks like we're actually going to skate 5-on-5 here, I think. We'll check it out a little bit.
I don't really think anybody knows it right now.
They've been talking it over for a couple minutes, 2 referees and 2 linesmen, about the scenario. Aaron Gens, the acting head coach for Allen, talking over with one of the referees. Chad Costello is not in the building as he had a death in the family, and we certainly send our condolences to the family of Chad Costello. And he's one of the greatest players in league history, and unfortunately he's going through a tough time, and we certainly are thinking about Chad Costello, who's not here tonight, wasn't here on Wednesday as he had a death in the family a couple weeks ago. So we're skating 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. Grizzlies win the draw. The faceoff was at neutral ice as Andrew Nilsson back into the Grizzlies zone. As he'll throw it ahead. It bounced off an American skate. Back over towards Nilsson. Martell on the far side gets it. So it's essentially just a 2-minute power play that the Grizzlies are on. As Taryn Pfizer gets the neutral ice, so feed it ahead to Martell. The Rooster gets it taken away by Maleri, who will bounce it off a teammate. It flies towards the near boards. Grizzlies in the offensive zone. Jamison spins it around. Pfizer in the right corner. He gets it, throws it back to Martell behind the net. Gets it along to Cutler, who dishes it back to Martell. Puck bounced over his stick, and it goes to Bethune, who clears it out. Metcalf to the side of his net will cut it off. His backup tonight is Lucas Parikh. As Andrew Nilsson back in his own zone will now skate around Metcalf. Stop. Now he'll start the attack. As Nilsson will skate down the middle, veer off to the right. He'll feed it to the near side for Cutler. Cutler gains neutral ice. He'll chip it ahead. Grizzlies get to Jamison, who's onside. Back to Pfizer in the left point. He'll throw it to Jamison, who's now in the near corner. Up top for Pfizer. Across to Nilsson. Andrew to the right side, dances around. Now gets it to Cutler. Cutler skates towards the right circle. Gets it poked away by Massacott, who's had a good game, over to Hargrove, who nudges it towards the Grizzlies zone. As Allen makes a line change. 40 seconds left in the Americans' power play. 11-10 left in the third. Allen leads 5-1. Nilsson moves ahead to Martell. Martell steps over the offensive line, skates towards the near side, gets near Dylan Fitz. It's Allen battling in the corner. Massacott over there with Martell. As puck ends up to the left side, Martin across to the right side for Pfizer. Will take a righty shot. Saved by Parasini. Rebound goes up to Massacott. Fandon trying to clear it out. Grizzlies glide it to the near boards. It's Martell. Has the puck at his ankles. He gets hit. Massacott over there. Massacott gets hit by Fitz. Puck glides towards Martin. Bryson spins it around the wall. And it looks like the power play is over. And Allen is back at full strength. Wright is still in the penalty box. Gould comes out representing Allen as now to the left side. Allen trying to chip it ahead to Butcher. It bounced off an American. Now rolling towards the side of the net. Your Grizzlies clear it out. Allen will reset. Colton Sossaman moves it ahead to Butcher. Butcher to the right side. Skates towards the circle. Toe drag. Shot. And it goes high and deflects out of play off the protective netting. With 10-11 left in the third. It's the Americans 5 and the Grizzlies 1. Don't forget that tomorrow night it's going to be Black History Night here at Maverik Center. Doors open at 6. Face-off is at 7. There'll be a merchandise collaboration with local artist Coda Fe. Performances from Utah Black Artist Collective Group. And the Grizzlies are partnering with Utah Black Chamber to feature local black businesses on the concourse. It's going to be a lot of fun here at Maverik Center. Last of the 3-game series, last of the 6-game homestand. Grizzlies skate towards the offensive line. Cutler, toe drag, he gets divorced from the puck, and Allen comes up with it. The Americans seem to have won all the 50-50 pucks here tonight, halfway through the third period. Allen leads 5-1. So moving out to center ice. Hank Crone on hat trick watch. Now Gavin Gould will chip it in front. Out to Robidoux. Utah pokes it back to center ice. Grizzlies cross center. Now Cameron Wright skates towards the right side. Take a shot, and it goes high off the glass. Shearer left wing feeds it back towards right. It bounces off of his stick. Jamison over to Shearer looking for a one-timer, but didn't take it. Now goes to Bartley. Out to the left point. Bartley will skate towards his right. Now feed it to Pfizer. Pfizer along the far boards. Gets it up top for Shearer. Spins it around the wall. Bartley to the near side. Skates towards the corner. Gets hit by Robidoux. Jamison back to Bartley in the corner. Bartley gets hit by Robidoux. Oh, big-time collision as Bartley anticipated the hit. Now Robidoux hits Bartley in the back. No call. Jamison to the left side. Throws it back to the corner. Goes over the head of Bartley. Now Bartley collides with Robidoux again. Robidoux has some words. He's talking smack to Bartley. As Allen feeds it out to center ice. Bartley gloves it. Drops it. Bartley moves it head to right. Right back at center ice. Bartley's played in 121 games of NHL experience. Do you think he's intimidated by Mikhail Robidoux? I don't think so. Grizzlies, Jamison gains the offensive line, spins it along the wall. Johnny Walker has a glance off his stick, goes back to Chris Mallory. Mallory will bounce it off another stick. Now Allen out to the right point. Grizzlies keeping the offensive zone as it goes back to the left side. As Cam Strong around the net. Strong now on the right side. He's got great speed. He'll feed it to Nilsson, right side. Shot saved by Parasini. Now Strong gets the puck. He skates towards the left side, being shadowed by Mallory. All right, skates towards the right corner. Puck ends up back to Strong. He feeds the right circle for Fitz, who takes a shot and fans on it. Puck glides out to center ice as Hank Crone will drop it off. Allen crosses center. He'll gain the line and throw it back off the near boards for Crone. Will feed it to the right corner. Allen trying to get it back to Crone in the give and go. Nilsson takes it away. He'll move it ahead to Fitz, who crosses center ice and takes a shot. Bounced off of Parasini and goes to the right corner. Puck glides along the wall. It's Corey Thomas over there. Gagnon, who's played a good game, battling with Thomas. As Gagnon tries to move it ahead. Now he throws it to center ice. Martin will peel back into his own zone. Now feed it ahead to Thomas in a left wing shot. Over to Penner, but offsides on the play. 7:43 left in the third. Allen still leads 5-1. Bartley was in a collision there with Robidoux. They exchanged some words, and I'm thinking Bartley's seen this, been there, done that with all the experience he's had.
Yeah, I don't think Victor Bartley really, he's not going to turn that down, but he's a good player.
Draw one by the Grizzlies. Martin crosses center ice, spins it along the near wall. Goes back to the left point. Grizzlies shot. Stick saved by Parasini. That was taken by Cutler. On the corner. Grizzlies, Penner gets the Cutler's behind the net. Now I'll throw it back to the corner that he vacated for Pfizer. Pfizer up top for Martin. He'll bounce it along the wall. Cutler behind the net, trying to kick it back to the corner. Now Pfizer on the far side. Throws it up top for Martin. He'll center it as Penner try to get it back to Cutler. It bounced off an Allen stick. Penner still at the puck. He'll feed it up top for Thomas. He'll take a left wing shot, saved by Parasini. Rebound goes to Utah. Pfizer fires towards the net and hit his own guy in Penner. Puck goes back behind the net. Penner to the left side in the corner. Centers the Pfizer. Shot saved by Parasini. Allen, Jack Combs will throw it across the Butcher. Butcher gains neutral ice, 2-on-2. Now Butcher steps over the line. He feeds to the right side for Finley. Finley nudges towards the right side. Butcher gets cut off by Penner. As now puck ends up squirting to the slot. Finley gets hit pretty good by Cutler. Great defensive play by Brandon Cutler. He does a lot of good things away from the puck. Martell skates towards the left side, takes a shot, and it's blocked by Sossaman. Now the Americans. Liam Finley throws it across the neutral ice, bouncing puck. Tho moves it ahead. Grizzlies will bounce it off the near glass. Cameron Wright skates over there. He gets it poked away by Sauceman. Allen, rink wide pass doesn't connect, but no icing. As Hank Chrome, sharp angled shot from the far goal line goes wide. Jamison, throw it to the near side from Martell. Martell will carry it into the left side. Centers it out in front to Tho. One-time shot kick saved by Parasini. Now left point, Scherer with a shot that goes wide. The puck glides along the far boards. Two Grizzlies collide with each other. Allen clears it out. Hank Crone, 2-on-1. Crosses center ice. Now he's in the right wing. He'll take a lefty shot and he goes high as he's looking for the hat trick. Hargrove on the left side throws it back to Crone around the net. Crone now on the right side. They'll feed it up top for Massacon, who's got a goal tonight. He kicks it over to the left circle. Allen around the net. Scherer pokes it away from Hargrove. Hargrove gets it, feeds it to Crone. Shot saved by Metcalf. Well, a couple good looks for Hank Crone looking for the hat trick. One of them went wide, and Metcalf made the save on the other one. 5:34 left in the third. It's Allen 5 and Utah 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Now the Grizzlies committed a penalty right before we left for the timeout. Cameron Wright gets 2 minutes for interference. Time of penalty 14:26 in. So Allen is on the power play. They lead 5-1. 5:34 left in regulation. Hank Crone has 2 goals and 1 assist. Grant Hebert has 1 goal and 1 assist. Zachary Massacott and Liam Finley have also found the back of the net. As Allen wins the draw, Butcher over to Massacott. Will feed it to the left side for Gold. Back to Massacott. One-timer. And that gets blocked by his teammate and Grant Hebert. And Hebert's hurt. Grant Hebert took the slap shot to the face. And the Allen trainer and Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, are running out there. As Massacott fired a one-time slap shot from the high slot that went up high and hit Grant Hebert.
Well, that's the second time in this game that we've seen an American take a slap shot to the face. First it was Bernard, and now Hebert. Hate to see that. He's in a lot of pain. Hopefully he's going to be all right.
We've not seen Bernard since the first minute of the game. Hebert holding his face will skate off the ice. Looks like you're going to have to repair some blood out in front, as Hebert is going to skate towards the locker room on his own power. 5:23 left in the third. It's been a physical game, and I got to imagine Saturday is going to be even more physical than what we saw here tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. There was a lot of physicality in the second period. Since the Americans have put this baby in the refrigerator, as you said earlier, it's kind of died down a little bit, but I expect the animosity to ramp up tomorrow night. I think the Grizzlies, you don't want to get swept. So I think tomorrow night is going to be huge for them. I expect them to come out with a lot of emotion, a lot of fire, and really look to get that win.
And it's really been a tough series there against Allen, but the Grizzlies had won 4 in a row before that. And obviously you're thinking about protecting home ice. Obviously you want to get as many home wins as you can, but you got to give credit to this Allen team. They've really played well here in this series. They played well Wednesday, winning 4-1, and then tonight 5-1.
Yeah, they really have, and I think they're a really well-structured team, the Allen Americans. They're very calculated and precise in their approach. They're good at creating turnovers, which I think was one of the big parts of this game. We saw a few goals for Allen that they got off of some turnovers. They're really good at forcing the puck away from the Grizzlies, good at anticipating passes. Grizzlies just haven't had a lot of offensive zone pressure, and I think that's a lot of credit due to the Allen defense. You mentioned earlier that they're good at using their size, and they've stood the Grizzlies all night.
Attendance tonight, 5,883, 5,883 here tonight. Really one of the things in this series. And the Grizzlies' power play has been pretty good in the month of January. You come to the month of February, they're 0 for 4 on Wednesday and 0 for 7 tonight. Allen's power play is 1 for 6, and they're on the power play once again here as we're 11 seconds into the power play. They've repaired some of the blood that's on the ice. Tonight is Heart Health Night here at Maverik Center. And it's National Wear Red Day. Guy's got his red tie on. And the Allen Americans wearing a bit of red on their jersey. They're having a night. Grizzlies have outshot the Americans 29-28. It looks like we'll be back to live action. Tough break for the Americans. The faceoff's going to come out to neutral ice. I'm not sure why it's going to neutral ice because it seemed like that shot was taken from the zone. Anyway, Allen wins the draw as McCauley back in his own zone has it. So he's being shadowed by Jamison. Now McCauley whips it around the boards to Gavin Gould. Gould gets out to neutral ice and drops it back off for Butcher. Now they feed a left wing pass to Massacon, who gets hit by Penner. Grizzlies spin it along the wall. Gould cuts it off on the right side. He'll lose it over to the left point, the right point. McCauley will bounce it off of Bartley. It goes out to neutral ice. Allen will drop it back off. Now they'll dump it in. Robidoux chases after it. So is Butcher. As Bartley will move it towards the near side for Penner. And Tyler will clear it out. As both teams will change up skaters. As the Americans make a line change. As Allen, 7-2 in their last 9 games coming into play tonight. It's Colton Sossaman. Splits the double team, skates towards the middle. Grizzlies poke it away. 2 Grizzlies collide and couldn't clear it out. Now Allen skates in. Combs with a shot and he scores. As he went low on Garrett Metcalf. Garrett was hoping that, or maybe anticipating going up high. And that play started with 2 Grizzlies colliding with each other in the slot. And Allen has pumped in another one. It's now a 6-1 game.
Well, once again,
it's a tough break. 2 guys collided with each other going after the puck.
It is a tough break, and I think Brandon Cutler was trying to chip that puck out of the zone, but he ends up chipping it to an American, and it ends up in the back of the net.
Draw won by the Americans. We're back to 5-on-5 skating. As out towards center ice, Grizzlies trying to dump it back in. It's just cut off by the Americans at their blue line. As Allen skating from left to right. The Americans will cross center ice. They'll bounce it off of Bethune. Back to Dylan Fitz. He'll chip it ahead. Puck bounces over the stick of Strong. Goes deep in the American zone as Gagnon gets hit behind the Allen net. As both teams battled towards the corner. Less than 4 minutes left in regulation. Allen leads 6-1. Puck along the far side. Allen comes out of the scrum with the puck. They tried to lift it out and couldn't. Grizzlies trying to find Walker out in front. Walker gets cut off, and Parasini covers up. The big story coming into play tonight was the return of Zach Sekos and Johnny Walker. Sekos has Utah's lone goal in the game. He scored 9:07 into the second period. Looks like we got an interference call. I think it's going to be on the Americans. It might be Johnny Walker drawing that, as looked like Allen had Dalton Golly just out there in front, and Golly is going to get the penalty. I imagine if he ever scores a goal, Tommy Daniels would say, "Good golly, Miss Molly," or something like that. I don't know.
Well, Tyson, it's a 6-1 game, under 4 minutes to go. I think if there's anything that the Grizzlies can build upon going to the next game, it would be to get a power play goal here, something they haven't been able to do all series long. So see if you can break it here.
Grizzlies are on the power play. 2 minutes for interference as Dalton Golly's in the box. 3.5 minutes left in regulation. Grizzlies win the faceoff. Jamison behind the net. He battles with Chris Mallory. Puck to the far corner. As the Grizzlies get double teamed. Puck goes back over to Utah as the Grizz spin it around. It's cut off by Pfizer in the left point. They'll feed it to Wright. Wright gets it across to Nielsen. Right side shot. Saved by Parasini. A really good look there. Got to Brandon Cutler. Nielsen was up top. Cutler was on the right side. Got the puck and fired away, but Parasini makes the save. Cutler looking to extend his point scoring streak to 7 games. Right now it's at 6, but he hasn't scored a point here so far tonight. Draw won by the Grizzlies as Nielsen the right side feeds it to the far goal line. Out to right. One-timer. It gets blocked by Maverik. As Nielsen the right side over to Pfizer. One-timer. Kick save by Parasini. Rebound goes out to Pfizer. Pfizer up top for Nielsen. He'll take a shot, and it's blocked by Sosserman, who's blocked a ton of shots here tonight. Sosserman gets it in the far wing boards and clears it out. Metcalf to the side of his net to the corner. Didn't get much on as it glided towards the right corner. Pfizer collides with Hargrove. Cutler gets the puck. He skates around Metcalf's net. 2.5 minutes left in the third. Allen leads 6-1. Grizzlies get it back to neutralize for Cutler. He's on the left side. He'll skate across the line. Feed a right wing pass towards Fitz. Fitz gets hit with a high stick. The referee spotted it. Zachary Massicot's going to get 2 minutes for high sticking. Grizzlies skate towards the left corner. Allen touches up the puck. 2:20 left in the third. And the Grizzlies are going to have a 5-on-3 power play for 42 seconds. And they'll see if they can at least get some momentum heading into tomorrow night.
Yeah, Tyson, that's right. I mean, the Grizzlies probably aren't going to win this game with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, but you're right. It's about building momentum for tomorrow night because if you're the Grizzlies, that's a game that you can't lose. These are crucial points heading into the playoff race, and you don't want to get swept by Allen.
Draw's going to be in the left circle. Massicot gets 2 minutes for roughing. Time of penalty 17:40 into the third period. Grizzlies win the face-off. Nielsen over to Walker. Walker on the right side up top for Nielsen. Nielsen over to Pfizer. He's on the left side. Pfizer switches places with Nielsen. Now he'll get it to Cutler on the right side. Cutler will switch places with Pfizer as Cutler will skate towards his left. He's now in the left circle. He feeds it across to Nielsen. Now up top for Pfizer. One-timer, and it goes over the head of Parasini. Off the glass, it stays in play. It's Allen. Chris Mallory trying to clear it out. He collided with Pfizer. Pfizer took the puck away from him. Now Nielsen on the right side up top for Cutler. Cutler skates down the middle. Now feed it up top for Nielsen, who's now in the high slot. Nielsen will get to Pfizer, is now on the right side. Pfizer with a righty shot. He scores. Tyron Pfizer with a power play goal. It's his 12th of the season, which is now tied for the club lead. And it was a 5-on-3 power play goal. And it's now a 6-2 game. Boy, that was now a snipe from Tyron Pfizer. He's now tied with Cameron Wright as both guys have 12 goals on the season. That's another power play assist for Andrew Nielsen. And Brandon Cutler might also get an assist, which would mean that his point scoring streak would extend to 7 games.
Good job by Andrew Nielsen to keep his head up and get that puck over to Pfizer. He's got one heck of a shot.
6-2 Americans. Grizzlies still on a 5-on-4 power play. Utah wins the draw. Colton Sosserman spins along the near boards. Metcalf behind his net gets over to Andrew Nielsen. 1:28 and counting left in regulation. Allen leads 6-4. And as Grizzlies skate back in, Martin rolled around the wall. Grizzlies get it up top for Nielsen. Now to the right side for the Rooster. He'll take a righty shot and a save by Parasini. So Pfizer gets the goal. Nielsen gets his 15th power play assist of the season. And Brandon Cutler extends his point scoring streak to 7 games. It's not going to mean a Grizzlies victory, but it is good to get something here down the stretch heading into tomorrow. Allen wins the draw. Cut off by Pfizer on the left point. He'll take a shot. It bounced off of Sosserman. Allen gets it, and they'll clear it out. 1 minute left in regulation. 37 seconds still on the Grizzlies 5-on-4 power play. Allen leads 6-2 as Cameron Wright skates into the right circle. Take a righty shot, and it goes wide. Cutler to the left side. Pfizer in the area. Cutler spins it to the right point. Cut off by Nielsen. He'll feed it to the right circle for Wright. Wright skates towards his left. He gets back checked. Allen takes the puck away. Liam Finley's got a breakaway. Finley skates down the middle. Take a righty shot, and it goes over Metcalf. I think Garrett got a piece of it. It bounces off the glass, stays in play. 25 seconds left. Cutler gains the line, skates towards the right side, drops it off for Wright. Good back check by Finley, who's been outstanding. Allen is back at full strength, 2-on-2 left wing. Shot goes wide. Those Crone, who's got 2 goals tonight. Grizzlies will bounce it off the skate of Wright. As Cutler gets the puck, less than 10 seconds left. Left wing shot goes wide. Allen St. Crone gets it. He'll be the number 1 star tonight with 2 goals and 1 assist. He'll gain center ice and dump it in. And that'll do it. Allen wins 6-2, but Brandon Cutler extended his point-scoring streak to 7 as he got an assist on the Taryn Pfizer goal, 18-12 into the third period. Pfizer's now tied with Cameron Wright for the club lead in goals. Andrew Nilsson with his 20th power play point of the season. There's just too much Allen Americans. They also got 1 goal and 1 assist from Grant Hebert and really had a balanced attack. As the Americans have won the first 2 games of this series, they won 4-1 on Wednesday night. And tonight they get a 6-2 victory. Post-game show starts in 1 minute. Once again, the final score, the Allen Americans 6 and the Utah Grizzlies 2. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Final score from Maverik Center, the Allen Americans 6 and the Utah Grizzlies 2. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Allen scored the first 3 goals of the game. Liam Finley got his 20th of the year with Grant Hebert and Gavin Gould with the assist. The time of that goal was 11:57 into the contest. Hank Crone got a breakaway and scored 18:44 into the first. Chad Butcher with an assist. Allen led 2-0 after 1 period. The Americans outshot the Grizzlies 13-10. The goal that turned out to be the game winner, Zachary Massicott scored from the left side, his 6th of the season. Hank Crone and Colton Hargrove with the assist. Time of that goal, 4:54 in. Grizzlies got on the board, and it was great to see Zach Sekos back in the lineup. As Andrew Nilsson had the puck in the right point, he fed it across the left circle, and Sekos with just kind of an interesting-looking one-timer, just had all the velocity and all the, really just all the accuracy we were looking for. A great play by Sekos to score his 9th of the year. Nilsson and Jordan Martell with the assists. And so, the Grizzlies cut into the lead. Time of that goal, 9:07 into the second. Allen got a 5-on-3 power play after Bryson Martin got a high sticking minor, 15:52 in. And Victor Bartley got a closing hand-on puck penalty, 16:14 in. And while we had a 5-on-3 power play, Crone scored his 2nd of the game and 22nd of the season. Jack Combs and Colton Saucerman with the assists. Allen led 4-1 after 2 periods. The Americans outshot the Grizzlies 9-8 in the second period. Allen extended the lead 5:40 into the third as Grant Hebert scored his 4th of the season. It was unassisted and really kind of a tough play as the Grizzlies, I can't remember if that's the one. Well, he scored unassisted. That was off a turnover, I believe. And that was a 5-on-5 goal. And then Jack Combs made it a 6-1 game. And that was really a tough break because that was scored unassisted after 2 Grizzlies were going after the puck in the slot. They ran into each other and the puck glided towards Combs on the left side. And, Combs just put it away. He went low on Metcalf. And I think Metcalf thought that Combs was going to go high on him and just kind of snuck it past the ankle of Metcalf. That made it a 6-1 game. Grizzlies got a 5-on-3 power play late in the third period. It was Taryn Pfizer all alone from the right side who scored, which turns out to be his 12th of the season. He is now tied for the team lead with 12 goals with Cameron Wright. Andrew Nilsson with the assists. He now has 5 goals and 15 assists on the power play this season. And Brandon Cutler also with an assist as he extends his point-scoring streak to 7 games. But it just wasn't enough as the Americans get the 6-2 victory. Allen goaltender Luke Parasini stopped 32 of 34 in net. He gets his 10th win of the season. Garrett Metcalf stopped 24 of 30. He gets the loss. His record falls to 7-3 on the season. The Grizzlies outshot the Americans 34-30. In fact, the Grizzlies have outshot the Americans in each of the first 2 games of this series. Does that mean victory for the Grizzlies when they outshoot their opponents? Not necessarily. When the Grizzlies have outshot their opponents this season, they have a record of 5-10. But they're over 500 when they have been outshot. When the Grizzlies have been outshot this year, they've got a record of 13, 12, and 1. So maybe that's the formula, is you just get outshot tomorrow. So the Grizzlies, for the second straight game, outshooting their opponents. But Allen coming away with the victory. Final score 6-2. The Americans were 2 for 6 on the power play. Utah was 1 for 9. So the Grizzlies had their chances. Their power play goal was scored 5 on 3. But Chiarenza, it was just one of those things. It just seemed like all the breaks ended up going Allen's way, and they come away with the victory, and they've won the first 2 games of this series.
Yeah, Tyson, and you mentioned some bad breaks. The puck luck just wasn't going the Grizzlies' way in this game, but I think we got to give credit when credit is due, and I think that was part of the way that the Americans played the game. They're very precise in what they do. They're methodical, they're calculated, and they're really well structured. And part of what they do is they generate a lot of turnovers. They're really good at knocking the puck away from Grizzlies players, and maybe half the goals that we saw tonight were the result of the Americans taking turnovers and going the other way. So really strong game from Allen. They're a really good defensive team, but they can also take it the other way when needed. And so the Grizzlies have to find a way to combat that if they're going to win tomorrow night.
I mentioned the Nilsson power play assist. He actually had an assist in both of Utah's goals tonight. And for Andrew Nilsson, it's a multiple-point game. He leads the Grizzlies with 9 multiple-point games this season. So Nilsson's been playing some outstanding hockey for the Grizzlies as of late. And that just continues here. And for Terran Pfizer, he now has a point in 5 straight games, 2 goals and 5 assists over his last 5 games. And so really think about the Grizzlies, who have performed well. It's been Cutler, who's now got a 7-game point scoring streak. Pfizer has scored in 5 straight games. And, it's a multiple point game for Andrew Nilsson. And I know the storyline coming into play tonight was the return of Zach Sekos and Johnny Walker to the lineup. Didn't see Walker nearly as much as Sekos on the ice. I think they were trying to pace Walker a little bit, who had missed 2 more weeks than Sekos, who was, Sekos was playing for the first time since December 30th, but Walker is playing for the first time since December 18th. It's good to see both those guys back in the Grizzlies lineup.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And I thought Zach Sekos had a really strong game despite the loss. He had a goal, and he looked really strong. He's playing with a lot of speed, and it looks like if you looked at him watching him play, it looked like he hadn't missed all that time with injury. It seems like he never missed a beat when it's just back in there. I think despite the loss, and it's a 6-2 loss, which is it glares on the score sheet. You never want to see that. But I think there are a few good takeaways from this game. I think, 1, the return of Sekos and Walker. I thought Sekos played really well. 2, you mentioned Andrew Nilsson having a multiple-point game. You mentioned Brandon Cutler extending his point streak. You mentioned Pfizer extending his point streak. And the power play finally got clicking towards the end of this game. I think those are all takeaways that you can move positively with into tomorrow night.
I wonder if this is a typo. We just got the third period stats. They had 16 giveaways for the Grizzlies in the third period. You had 7 in the second period, 4 in the first, and I think the Grizzlies just got to find a way to be a little bit better in their own zone on Saturday night. It's just too many giveaways for the Grizzlies. And you're playing this Allen team that, seems to do a good job of capitalizing on mistakes. That's going to be a big factor coming into tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, Tyson, and you know what? Unfortunately, I don't think this is a typo. I believe it. The Grizzlies there were times where the puck was bouncing over their sticks, and the Americans were taking advantage of that. And the Americans are a really good team at taking the puck away from their opponent, and that's exactly what they did today. They came out with a plan, and they executed it, and they caught the Grizzlies fumbling. And I think I would have liked to have seen the energy from the first period, or I guess the first 5 minutes of the first period, carry over for the rest of this game, because we saw that Grizzlies came out really strong, and then they gave up the first couple of goals there, and then it's just the momentum died until that fight from Brandon Cutler. And then the Grizzlies got the momentum back, and then they scored, and things were going their way, and then they took some penalties. And then, once again, the momentum was sucked out of the building, and it went towards the Americans. And after that, it stayed in Allen's favor. So I think if you're the Grizzlies, I think the key for tomorrow night is to get that first goal and keep that momentum throughout the course of the game.
Cutler got in the fight with Robidoux 8:54 into the second period, and then the Grizzlies scored 13 seconds later. And, as you mentioned, the momentum was on the Grizzlies' side, and Allen did a good job of taking that momentum back. And really, there were so many penalties called on both sides in the second half of the second period, it was tough to really get any sort of flow. And then obviously Allen had the 5-on-3 power play. They were very patient with it, moved the puck around to the point where they were able to find Hank Crone open in front of the net, and were able to find him. And Hank Crone doesn't seem to miss. He seems to be the type of guy that he buries all of his chances. And he's the number one star tonight with 2 goals and 1 assist. The number 2 star is Grant Hebert. He left the game as he got hit with a slap shot late in the third period. Hopefully he's okay, but he had 1 goal and 1 assist and was a +2. So he's the number 2 star. And Zachary Massicott, who had 1 goal and was a +2. And I thought he had a great game because his line mate, Xavier Bernard, got injured 1 minute into the game, and he didn't return. And I think you got to give credit to Ryan Gagnon, who seemed to be on that line replacing Bernard with Massicott. And Gagnon really did a good job of playing physical. We thought about last Saturday how the game, got physical between the Grizzlies and the Rush. And I got a feeling tomorrow night, with the Grizzlies not wanting to get swept here on their home ice, they want to protect home ice and they want to take care of business in their own building. I got a feeling tomorrow is going to be a very, very physical game.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree with that. And I think 2 guys that you got to watch out for. I think you got to watch out for Mikhail Robidoux and Johnny Walker. I think it seems like that lineup has been on the fight card for at least this game and tomorrow night. We didn't see that fight between them today, but I think we might see it tomorrow. I think it's not a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. And I think Johnny Walker, he's that spark guy for the Grizzlies. He brings a lot of emotion to his game. When things need to get physical, it seems like the worm is always in the middle of it. So look for him to be that guy to deliver a big hit or maybe get a fight tomorrow night.
Well, now wrap things up here from Maverik Center. Once again, in 2 hours and 33 minutes and in front of 5,883. The Allen Americans got 2 goals and 1 assist from Hank Crone. Grant Hebert had 1 goal and 1 assist. Zachary Massicott, Jack Combs, and Liam Finley each found the back of the net. Looks like Combs ended the night with 1 goal and 1 assist as well. Luke Parasini stopped 32 of 34. Grizzlies got 2 assists from Andrew Nelson. Zach Sekos and Taryn Pfizer each scored a goal. Garrett Metcalf stopped 24 of 30. Catch Kiki Crumb's post-game report at UtahGrizzlies.com after the game. Once again, for Kiki Crum and Guy Chiarenza, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be on Saturday night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. Until then, this has been the Grizzlies post-game report presented by Rio Tinto.